Hello, welcome to Smokesteve's International Pub. We're going to start things a little differently today. We're going to make a cocktail. This is a classical cocktail made with bourbon. I'm going to use Maker's Mark, my favorite. Various other ingredients to kind of take the edge off of the bourbon. This would be a cocktail that originated in the mid to late 1800s. It was in an old version of the Bartender's Guide. And it regained popularity in the mid-80s and 90s in the Rainbow Room in New York City. The cocktail is called the Whiskey Smash. To begin this cocktail, we are going to take 3 lemon wedges. Get rid of that little seed. Make sure you wash the outside of the lemons because they're not really made to be consumed, so they could have whatever pesticides and such on them. We're going to go ahead and muddle them up. You know, get the juices flowing, get the oil out of the rind or whatever. You really want to just get as much of the good stuff out of those babies as possible. And once that looks pretty good, we're going to take some mint leaves. Mint goes right in there, maybe a little bit more. Then to that we will add simple syrup, basic water and sugar combination. So I'm going to add, say, about an ounce of that, a little bit more. And then we will add the bourbon. One and a half. And then the ice. I'm adding the ice last so it doesn't melt as much because I want it to be potent. I'm going to get some ice in there. Now we're going to go ahead and put our top on. Give it a nice shake. Strained. And I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of cubes. Ooh, a strong whiskey smell. Background of lemon. Very little mint. But it doesn't have that whiskey gas. It's definitely subdued. Wow. The Whiskey Smash. Highly recommend it. Thank you. Welcome to the pub. We'll see you downstairs. Hey! What's up, everyone? Here I am. And that was the video I made last night. So I hope you guys liked it. I think I might feature that every week, a different cocktail, something with the story, something a little different. Found that random silver shirt in my closet. And yeah, I can replay it at any point here with the share feature. Thank you, George. Hi, Fat Belly, Last Dance, Trash Panda, new person. I like it. All good, Trash Panda. You don't have to drink to be here. Alan, how you doing, buddy? Paul, Fat Belly again. Yeah, everyone is here. Good to see you guys. Yeah, the whiskey. You got it right, man. It is good, and it does sound mice. Alan. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. I have one right here, just so there's a little continuity. Although I did record it last night, in all full disclosure here, it was first take, one shot, so I think it went pretty well. Next week, hey Martin, what's up, man? Next week, I don't know if you guys want me to feature a particular cocktail, you can tweet me at Steve O, Steve space O on Twitter. We probably all follow each other. Hey Martin, did I just say that? So yeah. Anyways, if you or throw a cocktail out there tonight, if you're drunk, it does help. Total Nutter, yes, the drunk is good. Yeah, and I had no Gorilla Glue in my hair. Just put it in a whatever the thing is. I hate the words to describe it. Ponytail, man bun, I don't know, whatever the fuck it was. Tried to get the bartender look going. Yeah, now you're talking. Hooters outfit. That would be disturbing. Sex on the Beach is a good one. What is that? Cranberry, orange, and vodka, I think. Hi, Kevin. Up your bum with a cocktail. All right, an enema cocktail or whatever. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Anyways, last week turned out to be a pretty good show. Had a couple late joiners. Hopefully, if we have any other people that might come on for the first time, they come on a little bit earlier when I'm, am not so tanked, which is inevitable after 3 hours of this stuff. The link, of course, as always, is in the description. And I guess I'll forego the song this week since last week was really bad. But maybe if I can do it at some point, who knows? It doesn't really matter. My voice is terrible. Get a guest vocalist that can sing. Guest vocalist my wife can sing. So pretty uneventful week for myself. Whatever, just as it has been, like everybody. But I don't know if you, if anyone here has gotten the vaccine. I'd like to hear about it. I know of one person that has gotten the vaccine, and she got her second dose yesterday. I'm sorry. Terrible headache today, fever, massive joints, a soreness. I think it's in the description, Martin, but hold on, buddy. RJUX, that's the one. It's also right there. And let's go ahead and bring in our first guest of the evening. Mr. Biscuit Vapes, how you doing, man?
I'm all right, buddy. I think I'm having an anxiety attack, though.
Why?
And what you just said doesn't fucking help.
About the vaccines?
Yeah, I'm getting mine tomorrow.
Which one are you getting?
I believe it's the Oxford.
Is
AstraZeneca.
AstraZeneca. Yeah, I don't know much about what the effects are of that one. The person I know who got it was the Moderna. And
right, okay.
Everyone who...
I think if I get the Oxford one, it's not much different to a... what do you call it? A flu vaccine. It's just an inactive virus, isn't it?
Yeah, or...
Whereas the other ones are RHNA or whatever they are, RNAH or whatever they are.
Okay.
They're a new type of medicine.
So how many, is it one or two for the AstraZeneca?
It's two as well.
Two, okay.
I'll get my first one tomorrow.
And then 2 to 3 weeks later, you get the second one?
No, up to 12 weeks.
12 weeks, no kidding, huh? Wow.
They're basically trying to vaccinate as many people as they can with one dose in this country.
So, I take it Total Utter is not a fan of the vaccine.
I tell you something. I've got tension headaches and I feel sick just because I know I'm having it tomorrow.
Right. Well, but
I don't know if it's just the vaccine or the fact that I'm actually leaving the house and going somewhere new.
Right.
Because I've been in this house for over a year now and only left to take daughter to school. So it's, I don't know. I've got a really bad gut feeling.
No, don't. I mean, that you'll be fine, man. You just get her done. If you're gonna do it.
My dad's picking me up and dropping me off. So
Cool.
But there's just, it's just an uncontrollable thing that my head's in a mess and my guts are all twisted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear you. Let me.
In my mind, I know it's safe. It's just my body's telling me no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, side effects or not, you're getting it, and just that's it. You'll be protected from. They say serious hospitalization and death is like 100% protection. So, even if you do contract it, you will certainly just have mild symptoms, if any, with the vaccine. So,
the reason I'm getting is it because of my severe asthma.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you got to be careful with that, man. Go ahead and bring on Mr. Last Dance. How are you, man?
Good. How are you guys?
Very good, thanks.
And,
very good.
Good evening to you, and good evening to everybody in the chat there.
Mm-hmm. Good evening to you. You going to get the vaccine, Last Dance? Have you thought about that?
I will as soon as I can. My daughter's gotten it because she's in what's considered the education profession. And for some reason, they're getting those early here. So I'm not due to get it until what's called phase 2 here, which is the next phase after the current phase. What we call phase 1C is what we're in here in Maryland. And initially, they suggested that phase 2 wouldn't start until April, which is disappointing. But I do want the people who are most vulnerable to get it ahead of me. I think that's critical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's smart too. I think it's a smart thing to give it to teachers. They certainly are exposed to a lot, or wherever any people who work in schools, school nurses and whatnot.
I think they're just lumping the teachers that are vulnerable here. Like if they're over 50s and 60s.
Yeah, they also desperately. They really want to open the schools. Opening the schools is not just important for educational purposes, but a lot of students get their school lunches there. It's their best nutritional meal.
It's not just that either. It's I think children's mental health. It's damaging. It's damaging to primary school kids, especially when they're not mixing with other children.
Yes,
they're not getting that. The most educational thing in the primary school is the fact that they socially interact with each other. That's more important than any of the education.
Well, it's important. They also should learn how to read. And
the thing is, they can learn at home. Like my daughter's learning fine with all the education, maths, science, English, maths. But what she's not getting is the interaction with other children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would say there's maybe 1 in 4, 1 in 5 kids that do have a pretty damn hard time with at-home learning. You have some of them that could breeze right through it, pick it up perfectly. Other kids get distracted and looking at a fairly small screen. Sometimes they don't pick up what they need to out of it, So I think being there in person is important for the whole mass of kids. I think it not just the exceptionally smart ones who might be able to pick it up easily online, but there might be the kids who are smart who just can't get it. They can't get it through the computer.
I think a big part of the problem is a lot of parents aren't capable of helping the kids either. Like my friend down the road, she's really struggling to teach her daughter.
I really think they should open the schools now.
She doesn't understand the primary school age curriculum.
Yeah, I think they should open schools right now, even if not everybody or not not enough people are vaccinated. I think there's at least some scientific evidence that the risks of transmission through schools is not that high, and as teachers get vaccinated, they'll be the oldest people in the school. So, I think they should go ahead a little bit ahead of waiting for everybody to be vaccinated and open it right now.
I'm going to bring in a fourth here. Just, hey, Martin, how you doing?
Hey, Martin.
Hey, buddy.
How we doing, guys? How we doing?
Hey, good to see you. We had some of your buddies on last week.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. It seemed like a good crew, good group of guys.
Yeah, they're good guys. I don't really know Pip or James all that well. I know Will reasonably well, but I thought they came across all right. They were down, weren't they?
Yeah, they did. They did well.
Yeah, they were good. I enjoyed it. Yeah,
it was a good one.
I was spreading the word.
Mm-hmm. You got the new microphone. I appreciate that, Martin. You got the new microphone going?
Yeah.
Awesome. Very good.
Yeah.
It's a good one. You got it on online, Amazon or something?
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello?
Did we lose him? Can you hear me, Martin?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
All right, cool. Yeah, it sounds good.
I just need to get the headphones now, don't I?
All right.
They're not critical as long as nothing's coming through. I'm not using my headphones because they were playing up.
The new headphones? No deal?
They kept like crackling last week.
Huh. Aha. You were like, yeah, you didn't spend £100 when I told you my fucking wireless sucked. And now yours suck.
I've got a feeling it was probably because the batteries are going low, but I'm not trying them again. It's working fine now, isn't it? You can't hear it. There's no feedback.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bring in our old buddy, Sir Aphid Lip.
There he is.
How you doing, man?
Hey, Aphid
Good,
Lip.
guys. How you doing?
Very good, thanks.
Aphid the Great.
Yep.
Sir Aphid Lip, this time.
He has so many
I've been
titles.
knighted since last time we spoke.
I missed your NBE ceremony.
It's all right. You can catch it on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
Blowing up.
How you doing, man? You all right?
Good. How you guys doing?
Pretty well, thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers to you, too.
Oh. You were looking pretty hunky there at the beginning, Smokesteve. I think you should go with that week that every week in the kitchen.
Yeah, you were
Do a cocktail a week?
you were looking TV ready.
Yeah.
You were swooning every lady that was watching.
What's that guy's name? Stanley Tucci.
I don't think there's any ladies watching, is there?
Well,
Let's be honest.
We know we have Anna watching.
There you go. Probably my wife. But yeah, like Sex on the Beach came up earlier as a suggestion. That might be a little bit too easy. I don't know. We'll pick a new drink each week.
beer. Have you thought about that one?
What about the old long? Is it called a long slow screw against the wall?
Harvey Wallbanger, yeah, something like that.
Isn't it? A long screw against the wall. Yeah.
I heard of that. I was thinking of Long Island iced tea.
I was just thinking that myself. I was going to bring it up when someone shut up.
Yeah.
What about a mint julep?
That's crossed my mind.
A mojito.
Mojito's good. A Poussey Cafe would be really cool. That's like 5 different layers.
A what?
Poussey Cafe.
What's the first part of that?
Exactly. It's French.
Yeah.
Or a black or white Russian.
Is it a black Russian? Just
Black
Kahlua?
Russian Guinness with something else.
I thought it was Kahlua and vodka, no milk.
Yeah, it's wrong.
No, Black Russian's got Guinness in it, I think.
No. A Black Russian is a vodka Kahlua with Coke.
What am I thinking of then with Guinness?
You're thinking of a Black Irish when you put
Am I?
Guinness in it.
Black and tan.
Guinness in it, and you top it up with Guinness. Yeah, make it a black
I'm
Irish.
sure the Black Russians that sell in Doncaster have got Guinness in.
No comment.
I could do an Irish car bomb. We've talked about that before, but Kristen said no. The wife said no good on that, so we can't.
Oh, I like those actually. That's one.
Oh, they're nice, but they're full of sugar, though, aren't they?
That's rum, isn't it?
Yeah, it's rum with strawberry syrup and crushed strawberries.
Nice.
In a blender.
Yeah.
It's tropical.
Yeah, I would suggest maybe your volume if you can somehow boost the volume in the video before you, because your volume on it was lower than it was like when you came on and started talking.
Yeah, I had to turn my volume up a bit.
Okay. How would I go about doing that, I wonder?
Well, I mean, did you just save it on your phone and upload it to YouTube?
No, I used my laptop to film it and used this microphone. Maybe I could try to get the mic closer, talk louder.
Well, yeah, but I mean, did you finish it off in something, or did you just have the raw file?
Raw file.
Yeah, I mean, you can get free video editing software, and then you could boost it up that way.
It's free. It's free, Steve. It's free.
Well, there's lots of like GIMP. GIMP is the open sourced.
You type
it adds extra layers to what Steve has to do, though, doesn't it?
Right. Well, that's true.
All he
but
has
he's
to
going
do is
all out now.
it.
I mean, he put hair product in his hair, for Christ's sake.
That's not true. He actually had a professional stylist.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Standing by.
Yeah. I have a video editor on the laptop here, so I can probably just do it with this.
Or
thing.
if you have a smartphone, the video that would be super easy to. I mean, really can't. The camera in your phone is going to be just as good, if not better, than anything else you have in the house. So
right,
you could film everything with that phone and do it on the phone, and it would take seconds.
If we're going to
I used to do all my live leak videos.
If we're going to get personal, that's a strong hat. That's a strong new hat you've got there, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's good.
It was my uncle. I had a blind uncle, and
here we
died.
go. The fucking tragedy story.
No, it's not. He had diabetes, from birth, so he was just always blind. But he was like my best buddy, And when he passed away, this is what I chose to have was his hat. And my dog chewed the brim off, and my mother-in-law just fixed this brim right here, and I can't even notice where she fixed it. I was kind of upset about it.
Do you ever get your dog and your mother-in-law mixed up?
My wife watches this show,
right.
So I'm just gonna leave that alone. But of course not. I would never.
As your lawyer, I advise you not to comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's a good hat, man. Yeah.
It is a good hat. It's Irish Scally caps are Irish, right?
Well, my heritage is, even though I have no mistake about it, I'm all American, but I'm half German and half Irish, and that side, the Irish they would get drunk on all the holidays and sing "Oh Danny Boy" and start crying. It was just horrible.
That's funny, man. Danny Boy.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It almost looks, Aphid Lip, like you have like a complete disguise going. The cap, the beard, the smile
it's
looks
fake.
a little.
It's fake. The smile.
I expect you to peel off the latex, and the beard.
Who knows who's really under here?
I watched The Sting the other night. It's one of my favourite films, and you've got a bit of The Sting going on there.
The Sting? Oh, yeah, that's a great movie.
That sort of 1920s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cool look. Yeah.
Which one
I'll
was
take
The Sting?
Martin, I appreciate it.
Robert Redford and Paul Newman. It's like a big heist thing.
Okay.
It's brilliant. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. It's such a cool film. It's a great film. Yeah.
So that was done probably.
It was set in the 20s or the 30s, I think.
Okay.
Probably early 80s, late 70s, I'd say.
Late
70s, probably, late 70s.
But it was set in the 20s, I think.
Gotcha. So they're gangsters, or on that level, like
Well, they're grifters.
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 Yeah.
grifters. Oh, grifters.
But they pull a big heist. They pull a big heist on a nasty guy. Yeah. It's
With the music of Scott Joplin.
Yeah, music is good.
The Entertainer, in it. That's what it's called, isn't it? The Entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that song, Smokesteve. You know exactly.
Oh yeah, I know that song. Of course I do. That's a hard song to play on piano. You have to almost beat the keys, like each note. You know how it sounds. Like
Oh, yeah.
It's really challenging. I know piano players who are good that have a hard time with that one. And then that walking bass line in the background, it's definitely a funky tune. So was that song, The Entertainer, written for that movie?
Oh, it was written 100 years ago.
Don't know.
Probably not. Yeah, I would say The Entertainer is far older
Last
than
Dance.
the movie.
Last
When I was
Dance
a kid.
remembers when it was in the top 40.
1920, when I was very young.
WWI, yeah. The old-
Oh,
Yeah, the Charleston.
That's hard, man. That's hard.
yeah. Kevin Hansen has some pretty wacky stuff going on over here regarding the vaccine.
Yeah, I
And
thought I
testing.
would let Biscuit.
So my mates behaved themselves last week, did they?
Yeah, they were good. They just came on late in the game, but they were fine. They were good guys. I liked them. Eccentric for sure, which is good. Feel free to have them come back anytime they want.
I reckon Will be watching right now. I would have thought.
Cool.
He's got nothing better to do.
So, Martin, you're a fan of Richie Allen?
Well, you keep mentioning this, and like it's only because that's how I ended up here.
You ended up here,
Through
okay.
Richie Allen, I became aware of Hayden.
I got you.
So that's how I became aware of this place. But so yeah, I do listen to Richie Allen, but I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm not like a sort of. I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or whatever.
Right.
I mean, I'm aware of who he is. I think he's very good. And
He's entertaining.
You're
It's entertaining.
you're into him for the entertainment value, not the
Right.
he is
historical value.
He's funny. And he has a laugh about stuff, and he looks at things from a slightly different point of view that I find interesting. So. But yeah, you keep mentioning the Richie Allen thing, Steve, and you got to let it go, man.
Well, I wanted to actually I was going to bring him up because of the fact that I noticed getting dragged around in the mud a little bit lately, sadly, because I agree with you. I don't agree with everything he says, but I do think he's an entertaining guy. And what I've heard from him in his interview with Hayden, he seemed like a good guy, and I don't like hearing that he's getting dragged around a bit right now.
I think it's because the video was great on a lot of people, including me.
Well, I mean, that's
Yes,
kind of a
I think he can handle it.
I found what he was saying on Hayden's show much less grating, but when he's doing his own shows, it's a lot worse.
But why isn't that okay?
It's totally okay, but I just don't want.
I know it's okay with you. But
I choose not to watch him because it's just not for me.
sure.
There you go.
That's it.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
That's totally cool, and he would agree with you. That's
Exactly.
yeah. But it's important that there are different people out there with different opinions and putting slightly different things out there, if you like, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I find him a really interesting character, but I'm not here to defend him. He can stand up for himself.
Oh yeah.
He's fucking 6'6". He can stand up for himself,
Yeah.
3 inches shy of me.
But that's how I've ended up here. That's all it is. That's how I've ended up here through that, and then through Hayden, and then here. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, well, that's good that we got you that way. I wonder if we got any other people that way, possibly, maybe. Paul McCord, because the cool thing about it is every time Hayden has any guest, he mentions the pub at least once, sometimes twice. I like to nag him about it, and I like when he, tears me a new asshole because I keep saying, mention the pub.
I think it's about time Graham came back on so that we could have an argument.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what would you have an argument with Graham about?
Oh, anything, just for the crowd. I don't care.
Let Graham choose.
All these people there. Interesting. That's a shame about the sausage rolls.
Oh, I don't find that sausage rolls. The prices are going way down. They're only 69 pence for 6 at Aldi.
At Aldi?
Yeah,
that's like 12 cents per roll. That's nothing.
We Americans don't.
I must admit though, these sausage rolls are much more pastry than meat.
Okay.
There's literally
what does one cost out on the street? Like if you go to a good sausage roll vendor.
I'd say maybe like a Coupland's or a Greg's. They're about 80 pence each, or a pound for a big one.
$1?
Yeah.
Damn.
Less than that.
That's crazy. Huh. Here I am thinking they're like $4 or $5.
We can get 4 big ones in a multi-pack at Greg's, which is probably my favourite sausage rolls, but they're a bit too fattening. £2 for 4.
Huh.
And then the big long ones, they're about this long.
And what's a meal like for the average person? 2? 1?
But one sausage roll a meal.
Is a meal.
The 600 calories each.
As you can tell, gentlemen, I don't go for the sausage rolls.
Look, Martin, I don't go for them anymore since I know how many calories that went in them. I bought a 4-pack and ate them all, and then I went and put them in MyFitnessPal, and I found out that I'd just eaten 1,800 calories. Or like, that's all my fucking daily intake.
That's a day's worth in a snack.
Yeah. That's dangerous snack right there.
Oh yeah, it took me 20 seconds to eat them all. No wonder upsize I am. Jesus.
Yeah. Well, keep at it. You'll be good.
It didn't even touch size. The chuffing. There's not that much to them. They're just full of fat, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Oh boy.
I must lay it pastry with butter.
Martin, what are you rolling? A cigarette?
Yes.
Very nice.
Show prep.
Good man. I like it. All right.
Warm Guinness.
You're drinking a new beer tonight there, Aphid? It looks orange.
No, Shock Top.
Shock
Top or Blue Moon. It's pretty much
What's that?
the choice.
What's that?
They're both Belgian whites with flavored with orange.
Oh, like an ale.
Right. But they're not
wheat beer.
they don't taste like orange. They're just it's not like an orange flavor.
They got like a citrusy aftertone.
I guess so. Yeah. I used to be just Killian's, which was a what's that?
Have you ever heard of Jai Pour?
Dry pour.
Jai Pour.
No.
Sounds Indian.
Yeah, it's an Indian pale ale.
Oh.
It's 6%. It's really nice, man. Really nice. I would recommend it. If you can get hold of that over in the States, give that a try.
Jai pour. Yeah. You guys ever had Heady Topper from The Alchemist in Vermont?
I feel like I have actually, but I don't remember what it tastes like. It was probably something I didn't like.
It's IPA.
Oh, I can't stand IPA, so yeah.
At one point, a couple years ago, it was rated best beer in the world, I believe, by Beer Advocate. Yeah, it is a good beer, solid beer. But yeah, very hoppy.
I can't do that.
I used to drink a lot of BrewDog, but It's a bit bitter these days.
Some of them brew dogs are quite nice. Some of them.
Yeah, I used to drink Punk a lot, and then I went on to forgot what the one's called. It don't matter. I don't like them anymore. They're too fruity. I've gone on to Guinness full time now.
So
Last answer. What are you drinking tonight?
So you wouldn't have a
drinking.
Sorry, man.
I'm drinking pale Maryland pale water.
Water. Very nice.
Pale water.
MPW.
Very nice. Cool. Oh yeah, I noticed recently watching Leaked Reality, different website you guys all know of, that a guy was on there who I believe he went by Mr. God back in the day.
Oh Jesus!
But somebody had put up a video when he put on a little act. Something lips. I can't quite remember.
Banjo. That's banjo lips.
I could remember. I just didn't want to say it.
Well,
yeah,
he brought it up.
That video. Oh my God. I can't believe that.
You know, I could have him on here in 5 seconds, but
don't do it.
He's hard to get rid of, and he's like you know, he's best in small doses because he'll be here every week, and
Get him on. Come on, get him on.
No, seriously.
He's
just too much. He just talks and talks.
He could have us banned in 1 second.
Well, that's true.
He works in that disco guy. I forgot his name now.
Oh yeah, this Mr. Got to You. He's so like, he's got to be the center of it. He's got to be the center of attention. Well, I mean, it would just be his. It would just be like he would turn it into his show, and then after like 10 minutes, you're like, I don't want it. I'm ready to jump off the Mr. God to You ride.
Yeah,
he is a character, though.
Yeah, he is a character. He's
character.
A nice guy, you know. I mean,
Steve could always give it the big switcheroo, couldn't he, and just get rid.
Well, he could, but I don't think Smokesteve's got that in him.
Yeah, and it's not that easy.
Just to kick some guy off. G.I. Joe was on here, and I'm not a fan of G.I. Joe. I don't want to get into why I'm not a fan of G.I. Joe, but I just don't think he's the best person in the world. And he's kind of the same way, where he just wants the attention, and he just talks over everybody. And he didn't come off that bad in here. You know, I most people hearing me that just know him from in here are probably like, well, he had good stories. Why don't you like him? But trust me, there's reasons why I don't care for that guy.
I trust you.
Yeah, you in private you let on a little bit about it to me.
He's creepy, and Mr. Gotchi is creepy a little bit too.
But that's obvious with Mr.
Yeah.
Even
but
in his
Mr.
own
Gotchi,
videos.
Mr. Gotchi, his heart, I would say, is purer than G.I. Joe's.
I find Biscuit a bit creepy though. So do you know what I mean? It's all swings and roundabouts.
I think Biscuit's a pretty gentle dude myself.
The gentle giant.
I sleep for 18 hours a day.
Right.
I am a literal bear.
Lazy bastard.
It's not laziness. It's medical.
I took a nap today. That was nice. Oh, I love it. Saturdays I try to get an afternoon nap in.
So decadent.
All right. What is Paul saying here?
They said COVID was around then.
Being utilized to engineer fear. Utilized to engineer fear. Interesting.
I don't buy the.
That's a hell of a sentence. That utilized.
It's a very dangerous sentence to say because a lot of people are going to start believing that shit soon.
Yeah, I'd say that is
the
already.
longer it goes on, the more people will believe that stuff.
I think it's worth having the discussion.
It is, but I think it's also dangerous because
I'm not saying
I'm starting to have these doubts and things in my head, even though I know that it's not true.
Well, of course you're going to want to, you know, the fiction is better than reality right now. So, you know, it's obvious. I mean, not obvious, but I understand why.
It's like your hat, man. Your hat is better than reality.
Yeah, exactly. No, but you know, that's look. There's people that, you know, they like when life gets bad for them, they have the panic attacks and they have a hard time dealing with their own life, and that's when they struggle the most. Those type are going to have a really hard time right now when, we're living in this reality that we're living in right now. So, it's understandable why it's so easily people are led down wrong paths right now.
Yeah. I'm lucky that I've got my head screwed on, even though my body's screaming at me, telling me otherwise.
Take some notes here. Right. I do. I take notes every show. It's part of the how my memory works.
Is it show prep?
It's part of the job, man, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it show prep or just like for your own personal use?
It's just to remind me what to bring up and what not to bring up sometimes. Like, okay, you did that already. So,
Yeah.
then it's
I hear you.
mental thing because,
some things are worth revisiting.
Yeah, definitely.
Where's George anyway? Where's George?
He was in the comments
Yeah,
here. He is no longer there. Maybe he'll jump on. Anyone have a dog in the hunt for the game tomorrow? The Super Bowl?
I have to say I'm for the first time in my life, I'm rooting for Tom Brady.
Are you? I almost am in your same camp, even though I live in the state where the Chiefs are from. They're on the other side of the state. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a neat story, I mean, the whole. I'm really actually for the first time in years anticipating watching the actual game itself tomorrow instead of enjoying in the spectacle.
Who's in it, Jen?
It's the Chiefs and the Buccaneers.
Is that Kansas?
Yeah.
Yes, Kansas City.
Yeah.
Versus Tampa Bay.
Right. Okay.
Is it Kansas City, Kansas, or Kansas City, Missouri?
It's Kansas City, Missouri.
Are they big? Are they big teams? Are they?
Well, Kansas City won last year, so and the guy that's the quarterback, the main guy on the other team he's been in more Super Bowls, I think, than anybody. I could be wrong on that, but
yeah,
by far.
Correct.
So this will be his 10th. The next closest is 6.
He's my age almost.
Who's the favorite? Who's the favorite to win?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know
Chiefs.
statistically,
Chiefs
but
for sure.
yeah, I would say the Chiefs. Yeah.
Chiefs by a couple, but not a ton.
I mean, I don't think anybody's willing to be like, I'm just going to bet on Tom Brady though.
So
I'm against Tom Brady. I should
No.
say.
They're close call sort of thing.
I think it could be. Yeah.
It could be.
Actually, I think most people expect the Chiefs to blow them out.
Oh, really? Oh, I
But
didn't.
that
Maybe
Tom
it's because I
Brady
live here
factor
that I don't hear that.
is kind of the
Right.
unknown.
Yeah, Tom Brady's probably one of the best, if not the best athlete, maybe football player, definitely, I would say ever.
Yeah.
Personally.
Could be.
I think on paper, it doesn't even look like a
big call.
a challenge for
That's
the
a big
Chiefs.
call.
Well, he's got six.
Ever.
He's
got
40,
six
he's
Super Bowl
43.
rings.
He's 43. He's just a little bit younger than me and Smokesteve here.
Yeah, this is his 20th year playing football. Most guys
It's
never.
crazy.
Most guys never make it to 10.
I'm 43, gents.
Oh, well, there you go. You're same age then.
I retired from football at 27.
Don't give up. Don't give up. You got the Super Bowl still
You
in
see,
you.
Brady's not just hanging on.
I just
He's
got
playing at
bored.
a very high level.
I realised I preferred drinking in the pub to running around on a field. Yeah.
Were you a good footballer, Martin? No.
I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. And had some good, some fun times playing football and that. But yeah, I never played at a proper level or anything like that. Yeah.
Who's your team over there?
What that I played for?
No, like that you root for now, if you're watching.
I'm from Lincoln, which obviously Biscuit will know where Lincoln is because it's just up the road from him. So my team are they're called the Imps, the Lincoln Imps.
Lincoln Imps.
Yeah.
Huh.
I've never even heard of them.
Yeah, I mean,
Is that like? Do they play like Manchester United?
No, they're not at that level. You see.
Oh, okay.
They're smaller you know, it's
Right.
lower level.
They're at club level, right? Club level, is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Imps. What does that mean? Imps.
IMP.
Wow. Oh, I wish I hadn't brought it up now, man.
You know what an imp is?
I'm an imp.
Well, I mean, it seems.
It's a small troll.
We've got a cathedral. Right? And in the cathedral, there is a carving of an imp, and there is a story about the 7 imps who come down, and so so that's why Lincoln are called the imps. It's a long old story that goes back years and years and years. Yeah.
Does it involve a magic apple and it's actually about dwarfs?
Something like that, mate.
Biscuit, have you heard of this magical team that he's speaking?
No.
Oh, I thought you lived right by him.
I don't live right by him. I live about 40 miles away, which is a million miles from where you're from.
The Chiefs live 4 times that, and I'm claiming them as my own.
Right. The New England Patriots covers 6 states. It's like 900 miles across.
I don't actually follow football, so.
Right. Nothing.
You've got the Kansas Chiefs. That's to do with the fact that they're that's like a sort of Native American thing, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a big stink up that there's nothing to do with the Native Americans and they've just took the image of a Native American for their logo?
Well, of course, the game was not invented by Native Americans. It's
Right.
No, I mean they had nothing to do with Native Americans. They just stole it for their image or whatever.
Well, you might be thinking more of the Redskins, who are now known as the Washington football team, because
Yeah, I mean there was something in Simpsons, I believe, that brought
Is
it
it
up.
now considered not appropriate to call them Redskins? Is that now?
not at all. No.
Yeah.
No, the Chiefs is okay, I think, because you're giving them dignity by saying the Chiefs. They're a high level. But the Redskins, I think
Redskins is a bit more Route 1, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, what about the Blackhawks? The
Well, it's different. You're talking about a black hawk, which is a bird. You're not talking about black people here.
Well, there's a tribe of Indians called the Blackhawk Indians, and that's
right.
Yeah.
ostensibly where the name comes from.
Even the sorry to get all caught up in the whole in it fascinating talk into America.
Please do.
But
Slap you down.
even the states, a lot of the states are named after sort of American Indian tribe sort of names, aren't they? Or some of them.
One,
I got that
Delaware.
Is it?
Delaware is the only one I'm aware of.
I didn't know that.
Well, isn't Massachusetts?
I might have that wrong. Yeah.
Massasoit.
Massachusetts. That's. I can't even say it.
It could be.
I mean, most of this, obviously, towns and cities here are named after places.
Navajo, Nevada.
Yeah.
Meh.
No.
There's a
Then
Boston.
you got that 51st state that's going to come about the wetbacks.
You mean the Washington?
Come on, Aphid Lip.
I'm sorry.
We don't expect that out of you.
I'm sorry.
Yours is the safe square.
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I didn't get I didn't get that.
Good.
I didn't get that.
Aphid Lip made a racist reference.
I did not. I heard it on the telly.
Good man. That's what we need. That's what we need on Saturday night.
Timestamp. Where are we?
Casual racism. That's what we need.
Well, where
That's
are
not
we?
casual. That's under the radar racism.
So let's say around minute 48.
He's got his notebook back out.
I'll tell Graham what you said. He might go edit it out.
Oh, that's what the notebook's for.
Bring Graham on. I'm in the mood. I'm in the mood for an argument. Bring Graham on. Come on. Get him on.
He meant to say Razorback, but it came out wrong.
That's right.
Okay. Yep. Let's get that. Okay. And good. All right.
I didn't realise. Are we all meant to have a notebook? Are we all meant to have a notebook? I didn't realise that was the arrangement.
No,
I use
no.
Notepad on my phone.
I do because it's here and I use it for something else. So I have it. So it's
What do you use it for?
notes. To take notes.
You
on
said you
things.
use it for something else.
Who's your name, man?
Yeah, like taking notes, which I'm not going to talk about what said notes would be that I'm taking.
I
Just
see.
notes.
It sounds like a future segment on a Dateline.
Possibly. Possibly. Boy, that whiskey drink was nice. Martin, did you catch the beginning with me making the cocktail?
I didn't know. I missed that one. What you
Oh,
got
he
there?
showed off his kitchen with it too, which was really nice. I'm impressed.
I
Smokesteve.
thought I just thought he lived in that shed. I didn't realise.
No, that is the kitchen that's still under construction. I still have to put up the backsplash, which is going to be white subway tiles, and a little bit of kick plate underneath the cabinets, and then it'll be done. So I'm on the home stretch.
Was that salad gray paint on the cabinets, or were you? Oh, I'm sorry, Martin.
Sorry, Adrian. Go on, man.
I said, was that salad paint on your cabinets, or you got some kind of faux thing going on there?
That's the wood is naughty alder, and the finish is like a gray stain, so you
Oh,
can still see
really?
the
Okay.
grain.
Yeah, you could see. Well, it didn't come off as good, I'm sure, as it does in person.
Right,
But I could see it was inconsistent, so I knew something was going on there. That's why I was curious.
right. We go for a sort of a beach cottage sort of a vibe here, so the weathered look like kind of like you might see out on a pier or something.
Right,
You know, that's
right.
what we're going for.
Weathered. Yeah.
Weathered.
Yeah.
Not-
Nice.
You know, we don't want refined. We want it to be a little rustic, a little weathered. You know, we think it looks pretty damn sharp.
Yeah, it looks good, man. Your kitchen came off really nice. Something I expect from Last Dance, but not you, Smokesteve.
Thank you.
No offense.
No
Oh,
worries.
no,
It's
how can I
fine.
take offense?
No worries. His cabinets are probably like cherry. You know,
Certainly not like this kitchen here. That's very, very.
We need a tour of that. Is
No, you don't. Look, can you see the
Is that,
that
gate,
red
that gate
that
for you?
red thing there? That's the hose to my dishwasher. It's closed.
is that for the dog? The gate?
Yeah, that's for dog to stop it coming in. It's whining right now.
That's for him.
Well, you let the birds in, not the dog.
The dog would eat the bird.
It
Let the
keeps
bird
you out
fly.
keeps you out the kitchen, man, doesn't it?
Keeps me out the kitchen. Not likely. I can climb over the gate.
Right. Gotta be careful with those puppy gates. The snakes can be deadly.
He's like in the Olympics doing the hurdle.
Right.
Mr.
Hey, George.
Foster.
George is back. Come on, George,
Hey, George.
if you want.
Yeah, the gate's mainly there so I can have a bit of time away from the dog because it just doesn't leave me alone ever.
Look at all these people in here, Smokesteve. I mean, I think if we could just expect one new person a week that's always over there to just click that link and come
That's
on and
right.
talk to us tonight.
Right.
What do you have to lose?
Yeah, a good buddy of mine said a friend of his that he works with, a younger guy, my friend was telling him, hey, yeah, he hosts Smokesteve's International Pub. The kid looked it up on his phone right away, and supposedly he was going to come on tonight. So
Oh, yeah?
if you're watching there, buddy, come on.
Mr. Some Tosser, he's got his dignity to lose.
What?
Ooh,
He lost that decades ago.
this could be him, although that would be a really bizarre name for him to use.
Well, I'm a Michael Jordan fan. So fuck you.
Yes, all subjects are welcome. Come on.
That's one of the longest usernames I've ever seen on YouTube.
I mean, isn't everybody a Jordan fan?
Everybody I know, but I was I grew up in Chicago.
Hello, Winter.
so I have
What's
an
up?
excuse.
You're hungry? Oh dear. It's a bit late for hungry, isn't it?
Oh, can we see her?
Yeah, you can see her. Got the state of that hair.
Oh, oh man.
Hey, sweetie. How you doing?
Hello.
Oh.
Good to see you.
Do you want a sandwich?
Yes, please.
I'll be back in 5 minutes, guys.
All right, you
All
do
right.
what you gotta do.
All right.
Make me a sandwich too.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, isn't that's like
That's nice.
Wonder what kind of
Sweet.
sandwich it is. Definitely asking, because I kind of have to know what other people eat.
Of course.
Right?
We understand.
It eats
What-
away at me if I don't know. People come back when they go out to dinner. I'm like, what'd you have? Appetizer? Dessert? Cocktail? Come on, I need it all. You know, I like the whole 9 yards.
What are you doing for the Super Bowl tomorrow, Smokesteve?
We do we're going to do homemade potato skins. Of course, you make them from
Oh yeah.
real, obviously, baked potatoes. You bake them.
Is that traditional? Is that
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do it every year pretty much. The wife has it down. She's got an awesome recipe, brushes them with spices and butter, bacon, cheese, put them back in the oven. They're unbelievable. And buffalo wings. So
How do you do your
Be good.
buffalo wings?
we're going to probably bake them
Is this
and then
like a sort of recipe show?
bacon boil, bacon broil, you know.
I'm into cooking big time.
right.
What about you, Last Dance? You got anything going on tomorrow?
No. Tomorrow is going to be it's one of those difficult days for me,
Oh.
Personally.
Well, I'm
it
sorry
used
to
to be a
ask
day
that.
of celebration.
Yeah, I hear you.
It's a little less so now, but I will watch the game.
Good. Sorry to hear that anyways, though, my friend.
Thank you.
Cup of
We
tea
check-
says ham sandwich. Some toss ham sandwich, not bad. I mean, underrated. I know he's probably just fucking around. And we have somebody down below. We had something the universe.
Didn't we used to have a user whose name was Ham Sandwich?
Did we? What happened to Arminius? I wish that guy come back. That guy was great.
And his avatar was a picture of a ham sandwich, which was cool. Maybe I'm imagining it.
I don't remember ham sandwich.
Or maybe he was just on the show. He was one of the users on the chat, like a year ago.
Yeah, this thing's been going on almost a year now. This pub,
I know.
and I haven't really missed too many of them.
Can you believe there was a time when they were doing them every night?
Yeah. At the beginning.
Me and Will have already decided that we're going to come out and meet you lot for a bit
Oh, that's great.
at some point.
That's
So
awesome.
you'll have to arrange the logistics of you lot getting together. But me and Will are coming out to see you lot for a bit.
Amazing. Amazing.
Which Will are you talking about? Young Will?
You can't, yeah, young Will.
Young Will,
He's fucking 36.
middle-aged Will, old Will.
He couldn't believe that you asked him how old he was before he came on. He couldn't believe.
Oh, that was that kid. Okay. I
He's
got you.
36.
Oh, the guy last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they came on after I left just last week. Oh man, I had that. What was it?
More
Roast.
food talk. Here we go.
I had that roast. I did the.
It was a ham
soaked it.
sandwich.
Right.
We did tacos with it. Oh my god.
It was cold.
Oh, you made her a ham sandwich? Nice.
She's
Just plain
beautiful.
butter and ham. Nothing else on brown bread.
Biscuit, she's beautiful, man. She must take after her mother.
100% me. There is no mother. It was just a clone. Just a female clone of me.
a test tube and a porn
That's
mag
it.
and
Get the time code for that one now. Is another thing to edit out.
yeah, sorry about that, guys.
So there's a new person down below here.
Like wants to come on?
Yeah, but it doesn't have a picture of somebody. So I'm gonna.
It's a live video.
No, it's just a picture of the universe, and the name is the Universe Galaxy.
Keep your finger on the button and bring him in.
It's not
Come
that
on.
quick. I have to move, slide, click, knock the microphone off. Drop my phone. The porn is happening.
No.
Like.
Just note where we are in the show and prepare to Schedule and edit.
Just remember to delete the porn, Steve. Delete the porn, man.
Hayden would never get mad at you for something. You know, he knows he can trust you.
I know, and we always have Graham as a backup to edit stuff out. But even still, with all the crap that's going on these days, I don't want to bring on somebody without seeing a video of them. So
yes, you do.
I certainly understand.
Yeah, the universe galaxy, turn your camera on and wave to me. I won't put you on, but I just want to see who you are first, and then
put on your ass crack. We can't recognize you from that.
Here we go. Possibly identify
the ultimate galaxy.
I don't know. They're being a little squirrely, Steve.
They are. See that?
Yeah.
Squirrel. They're in the private chat. Not.
It might just be Anna.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's up to you.
When did you put Sir up? I didn't spot you putting Sir up there.
Oh, on the way in today. I try to mix it up every week.
You sneak that in, didn't you?
Yeah. You got a letter from Suge Knight telling him he's knighted.
Should.
Did Trump pardon the guy who started Death Row Records? I think, didn't he? There was another guy.
He pardoned some rapper for some.
Yeah, and I just saw on my stupid news feed at work, which I don't know where these stories come from on my work computer. It showed there's a rapper, an American rapper. He got a $26 million pink diamond stud as a forehead piercing. He walks around with a $26 million diamond on his forehead.
I didn't know you could pierce a forehead.
Yeah, it's
without being killed.
Right between the eyes. There's enough loose skin there that you can pinch it and get a straight bar through. It's freaking horrendous.
Yep.
Who are we hearing right now?
I can hear a woman.
There's a woman in the room. Who's the woman?
Not here.
Aphid, was that you?
What? Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hear?
Was that your lady?
Yeah. Did you hear Mrs. Lip back there?
Mrs. Lip in the house. She sounded nice.
Well, of course she is. I mean,
she didn't. Not naggy at all. Like totally.
Much nicer than we expected, Aphid.
She's a big fan.
That's cool.
Of you, Smokesteve. She liked your hair pulled back, by the way.
She
wanted
did,
me to I have a matching shirt. She wanted me to go up and get it.
I think we were all very impressed with that.
What's that?
Yeah.
Not just the women.
Medium, small.
Yeah, mine's the medium.
Yeah. Well, I found that shirt in the closet and it wasn't mine. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from?
Oh, really?
Like, I don't know. And my brother gives me so many clothes over the years. I look in my closet. I'm like, what the fuck is this thing? And I'm like, silver, short sleeve, full button down, bartender, all the way. So I was gonna wear like a white business shirt, but I liked the silver button down.
I think it came out great. Matched the kitchen.
Yeah. Apparently we only like one color here. Silver or gray. And speaking of gray, Cypher this. What's up, buddy?
Well, you look sane, but you weren't chatting sane.
No, I was chatting. I do have a Streamlabs account, and I wanted to possibly use that to do a series of basically Papa George videos where I would be the erratic, foster father to the children of the erratic sub-universes. Yes, I'm big on the pluriverse. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Smokesteve.
This is based on the Joe Tell from your previous writings?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
I'm with you.
Joy of the erratically lived life.
Right.
It's the life I've lived.
Yeah. And that's a pretty good little bit of writing you did on Alt Feed, which is a great website.
Yeah. I've done both the erratic side, and the last thing I put up within the last 2-3 days was more straight up, commentary that's more serious.
Like recent, current.
Yeah, about 3 days ago, I think I put it up. It's about the insurance agency, basically.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Same thing that the Jotel in a large. Well, the first part, Jotel was about the hand injury, the wrist and hand injury. Hello, Angel Breath, and then I wrote another one that was more about erratic achievement, basically saying that the first 6 years of my insurance agency, I was taking opioids. Every month I was getting a bag load of them, and I still succeeded. So it was.
You were writing that one of your reasons you succeeded was because the hurricanes blew all the competition out of Florida, all the big guys, and
all away from the coastline. Yeah,
and you were there to
mop up,
scoot on in, and be the insurance guy.
It was fortunate beyond any serendipitous expectations.
The interesting thing with medication.
What a cynical man! What a cynical man!
If they had just given you a prescription for legalized cannabis, possibly back in the day, which they were afraid would lead you to harder drugs, instead they give you a refined version of morphine and variants of it. Oh no! Don't touch the marijuana. Let's just take these pills, and you'll be fine.
In the novel Brave New World, the magical drug was soma. I don't know if you remember that, but there actually is a drug. What are you holding up there, Biscuit Babes? It's blurry.
You can't see it. It's my stock.
It's blurry.
I've never read
Can't see it. I was just showing my underwhelming stocks that I've just invested in.
Oh yeah, they're doing bad. I'm sorry.
They're not doing bad. I've just got £4 on one and £1.50 on another.
Okay. Well, it's a beginning.
It is.
That's right.
It's not going to go anywhere, but the way I see it is it's a cheap way to learn stocks. Yes, I might not get anywhere with it, but it's a cheap way to learn it.
If you can do that and the brokerage is allowing you to invest that small amount of money, then more power to you. Just that's a great orientation to have, an investment orientation. It's good.
Yeah. I just have one word: GameStop.
Yeah.
I've already looked into it, and it's going down.
Yeah, we went up Friday.
Yeah, but the stocks are that high now. Yeah, I want to buy low and go big.
Good luck with that.
I'm buying stuff that's like 30 pence a share.
Yeah, I mean, like maybe Blockbuster could be a good one. Did they have that in the UK?
Blockbuster's dead.
No, they're still. I think they're still traded publicly. Honestly,
not in the UK. They're not. They're dead. There's not been a Blockbuster in UK for about 10 years now.
Yeah, I mean, imagine Netflix.
There's only one in existence. I thought it closed. Even that one did.
Blockbuster is trading at 30 cents. No, sorry, that was this 1 year high.
I don't think they have anything that any other corporation would pick up either. It's not management expertise, not technology expertise. They're just sitting there. I can't believe they're still trading.
I've got 12 shares on one thing, but it's like 30 pence a share at a minute. But it's trending upwards at 9% a day.
A good story, the insurance company that I succeeded with last dance, since you were talking about it in particular, they went from somewhere between 4 and 10 cents a share after the third quarter results of 2005. They spiked to over $10 a share. No splits, it was simply the raw performance of the company when they stepped into that vacuum, of insurance that all the other companies had left, when they quit riding on the coast. And at one point I owned about 18,000 shares of it. I had gotten them at about 5 or 6 cents a share. I sold them at like 8 cents a share. And now that company's selling on the American Stock Exchange roughly around $30 a share. Yeah. So there are success stories that go from penny stocks to mainstream stocks, but they're rare.
God,
few
how
and
could you
far
not
between.
kick yourself every day?
Oh, I did. Oh, I've kicked myself. I've missed so many big fish in the stock market. It hurts, but I'm getting where I need to be.
Yeah.
Could
It's
be
funny.
worse.
Money these days is different from even 15 years ago. The seeming amount, like take a guy for Robert Plant. He's worth $400 million or so dollars, lifetime in rock and roll. And back in the day, I don't know, a couple of years ago, WhatsApp, the creators sold it for like $15 billion. So like the amount of money that they can be dealing with today is staggering compared to what it was. And it's not even that long ago,
Right.
Millionaires, it's nothing now. It's billionaires,
Right.
It's the tech world, the amounts of money that it's just staggering, man.
Yeah. A quick continuous last dance. I just interrupted you. I'm sorry. Was one of the drugs I was taking was Soma, muscle relaxer. Yeah, there's a muscle relaxer called Soma. Okay, I'm done. Drug stories.
I could do with some of that for all the cramps I keep getting.
More water, dude. It's dehydration.
I drink 3 or 4 liters a day.
I'm sorry you're getting the cramps. No fun.
I get side cramps, I get leg cramps, and I get toe cramps.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cramps.
But they're all at rest as well. Not while I'm doing things, it's just while I'm resting.
Cranberry juice is good for that. I'm joking.
I'm thinking I might need to up my potassium and magnesium levels and zinc levels.
Yeah, never hurts. That's a line out of. I just watched the movie. The one where. Shit. It won best movie for the year that it was made. I just watched it, and finished watching it last night. And now I watched so much stuff I can't think.
All right, well, give us a little storyline.
Well, it's got not Brad Pitt. It's got God damn, I'm having a senior moment.
Boy, better you than me.
It's up in Massachusetts, around Boston. There's a undercover guy.
Mystic River.
No, good effort, but and Jack Nicholson plays the big honcho.
Yeah, dude.
Chinatown?
No, it had Leonardo DiCaprio, the cop movie with the rat.
Yeah, that
the
one.
fucking rat at the end walking along the wire.
Right. And,
it's all about rats. Mark Wahlberg and the Funky Bunch is in it.
I don't know about that.
No, Mark Wahlberg is in it, I think.
Yes, he is. He
just
shoots,
not the Funky Bunch. Just
the
Mark
Funky Bunch.
Wahlberg.
The Funky Bunch didn't make appearance.
And
Departed. Boom.
No, that was close.
Departed.
Yeah, I thought you said The Pardoned. Yeah,
Departed. Sorry,
The Departed.
Yeah.
And that's anyway, Biscuit Vapes. That was a cheap shot at you about the cranberry juice joke.
That's a great movie.
Yes,
I think I might have seen that. Departed. Is that a
that's on
Scorsese?
Netflix. It's a long movie. It's 2.5 hours long, but it was a high. What's the fame? God damn! I'm just my brain's just fried. I've been doing
Whitey Bulger.
Well, he was the real life guy. I guess it was modeled
the director, Casino.
Scorsese, Martin
I just
Scorsese.
said that.
Did you?
Of course I did.
I was too busy.
I just watched a good film on Netflix with Nick Cage called Next.
Not familiar.
That's the.
I just saw Polar.
That's a pretty good one.
I was saying, Martin.
Yay, Polar!
I was just going to tell Cypher that, like I was saying to these guys, I watched the Sting last night.
The Sting.
Yeah.
The old 1970s movie.
Yeah,
that's a fun one. That's a lot of fun. Yeah.
So.
That was Academy Award winner too.
Yeah.
I think it won about 7 or 8 Academy Awards the year it was made. Paul Newman and
what's interesting about it is it's very slow compared to modern stuff. It's very slow.
Yeah, Robert
Even
Redford.
though it's very clever and the way it switches around and stuff, the pace of it is much slower than modern films.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was it's just
excellently done. That gesture is a famous British gesture for.
Yeah, I was gonna do that earlier.
Yeah.
Do you remember the movie, the original one, The Day of the Jackal?
Yes. Yeah,
It was
that was great.
A great assassin movie about, I think, Archduke Ferdinand, maybe, or one of those. It was an assassin movie. De Gaulle, Charles de Gaulle. That's what it was. Yeah. So a good comparison, Martin, to what you're speaking about is the original, The Day of the Jackal, and then the remake with Bruce Willis, which was a loose remake, but it was called The Jackal.
Yeah.
And fucking talk about the action being increased, but the quality of the movie kind of going down. Because you lose
the pace. The pace is much quicker, but it's not necessarily as good.
That old one, man. There's a lot of filming of facial expressions and movements, and near the end, it's a timing scene where the assassin is trying to get to the window, and he's got a gun that he's trying to put together, and he's trying to get the shot. And the suspense builds naturally, and you don't need like a machine gun and an explosion. You just are watching the movie, as it goes forward. And the newer one just doesn't create any of that suspense,
Yeah. Hasn't got the same tension to it.
Correct. Yeah.
No, I'll be honest. I've never seen that. Is that an Orson Welles? Is that Orson Welles, Day of the Jackal?
No, The Day of the Jackal. Let's go ahead and have a look on the old Googles.
No, Orson was done directing by then.
Yeah, that was too late.
Definitely not him.
Orson was selling Palm Sound wine at that point. But it was not before its time.
And you remember how he couldn't make the lines and they had to dub in the...
He was always drinking it.
Right. There's some great, outtake scenes where he couldn't.
Have you seen the frozen peas, the famous frozen peas outtakes?
No.
Oh, that's just a classic.
With Orson.
Orson was, yeah. Orson's doing commercials for a British company called Findus.
You're visible. Just barely.
Is that Mrs. Smokesteve over there?
No, it's not. It's a friend. It's a random friend.
Oh, random. Oh, that's
no, not random.
That's insulting.
Yeah,
it's our only friend who's ever shown up here during the pub. And occasionally she's in the chat from home. Can I tell him what your name is, random friend? Sammy. That's Sammy Cat right there.
Oh, Sammy.
Right.
That's her from the chat.
Cool.
That's my favorite chatter, actually.
All she ever says is, "Smokesteve, you look hot," or "You look great, Smokesteve. Good job, Smokesteve." I'm like, I love this.
Aphid, she gets right on my pick, to be honest.
Every good entertainer needs a shill. Don't feel ashamed, Steve.
Thank you. Sammy Cat, sweet girl. Thank you, Sammy. I believe that is the name of her.
She's stocking your fridge?
No, she likes the supermarket that's near our house. So when she comes to visit, she gets all excited to go to our supermarket.
Gotcha.
And it's nothing special, but she thinks it's the greatest thing ever, which it's cute. So then she hangs out, has a few drinks, stashes the stuff in the downstairs fridge, and then
keeps it cold.
Booyah, exactly. It's good.
She's in your bubble, is what you're saying.
Her company is totally fucking remote, so she literally she stays home, just like us. So very low risk. All right, lessons for life. We have a human being. We've got a human.
We got a new one? I'm so excited.
Being.
Oh, I hope it's well.
How you doing, guys?
Lessons for life. Look at him.
No, he's been here before, hasn't he? You've been here before?
This is my first time, unless there's a imposter, a duplicate.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Strong hat, man. Strong hat.
We're planning on learning a lot from you.
Hair.
That's a hell of a hat.
I modeled my hat on the protest at Capitol Hill.
Right. Yeah. Cool.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I just came off a live stream myself, so I was kind of set up for it. I'm aware of your channel through Richie Allen.
Oh,
he always mentions you.
That's what Martin is famous for.
Very good. So where are you? Are you all in America?
Nope.
Well, some of them.
Me and Martin's in UK.
4 of us
Okay.
here.
Where are you, man? Where are you, man?
Yeah, I'm in London, in the
London?
UK, on lockdown. Yeah.
Me
No.
too.
Note from
Yeah.
earlier. No,
Good.
Richie
Oh,
Allen.
hi, Richie Allen. Brilliant.
That was one of the notes. No more
Yeah.
Richie Allen.
I'm in a place called Lincoln, man.
Okay.
Do you know where that is?
I know of it. Is that Midlands?
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
That sounds like a no.
Yeah.
Florida
Sweet, yeah,
here.
but shaking his head no.
Close enough. Close enough. Yeah.
I'm in the
Oh,
basement of Big Ben. Do you know where that is?
Big Ben is the name of the bell, not the clock.
That's right.
I know. I'm in the basement.
Apparently.
And of course, the famous line from National Lampoon's European Vacation: "Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament." As they get stuck in the rotary. You guys, I mean, British people know that movie, right?
When they're just doing the loop.
Yeah,
The roundabout.
right.
They get those shit everywhere over here now.
Eric Idle, I think he was the guy on the bike, right? He keeps fucking Chevy Chase keeps hitting him,
Oh yeah.
running over him. Love that.
Who knew that would
maybe
be the best?
Maybe Americans are the only ones who like that movie.
Yeah,
I didn't
shit.
like it.
It's shit. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
shit.
it was shit.
Yeah.
I think we had this argument with Smokesteve once before. He said it was better than Christmas Vacation.
Definitely.
No.
Is like so that's such a wrong statement.
Oh shit. That is.
I won't say anything then.
What about the first one?
The first one was the best, but
Okay.
Christmas Vacation is a close second.
I agree.
I mean, there's parts.
And European Vacation is a distant third.
What's your name? What's your name? I missed your
My
name.
My
Yeah.
name's Julian. Yeah, Julian Morrow.
Oh wow.
Good.
Welcome, buddy.
Yeah, good to meet you all.
Are you having a drink tonight, Julian?
I'm having
It looks
a
to be.
very strong cup of tea.
You know,
Cheers.
it's funny.
That's a mint tea.
If you
Wow.
move your head
Sláinte.
over 6 inches, it'll look like you're wearing a sombrero.
Yeah. It
So
does.
do you want it up? Okay, well that in the background is actually not a hat. That is some kind of Yemeni artifact that they normally throw on the carpet to sit down and have food off, but we've put it on the wall. My wife is from Yemen,
Like a
so
plate.
we've got a
It's like
few,
a
Middle Eastern
kneeling pad.
artifacts.
Is that what you're saying? It's a plate.
Yeah.
It's a plate.
You could sit down and all sort of gather to have food on the floor. In the Middle East, people like to sit down on the carpet sometimes and just
Yeah.
eat
Well, it's very
all
nice.
together with their hands. Very sort of, when we used to have something called community,
Is
we
your,
used to have it.
is your wife really weird?
Oh,
I think I'm the weird one.
Yeah.
I resemble that remark. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've always. It looks cool. It's just so unusual. Everyone's like reaching and communal plates, and you take a little of that, a little of this. You have a little of that, a little bread. I mean, it's
Slurp on some fingers and dig for more.
Don't posh people call it tapas?
tapas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what's
And
your,
maybe
what's your crack then, Julian? What's your crack? What's
Well, I've got a channel much like yourself. I would say maybe in the same sort of genre. I love a little bit of conspiracy theory. I love a little bit of the esoteric, and just a good old discussion and a debate. I used to go up to Speaker's Corner before all that was banned, and I spoke to the flat earthers, the extreme Christians, the extreme Muslims, everybody, and I just sort of floated in the middle and wanted to document the exchange of views. And
I think you've just made Martin a very happy guy.
my hobby. Yeah.
That's exactly up Martin's street.
Okay. Good.
Where did all the flat earthers
I've
go?
got a friend. I finally found a friend.
Look no more.
Interesting. That's cool. And
Yeah,
do you have these videos on a channel on YouTube?
Yeah. On my channel, Lessons for Life.
Cool.
They're all up there.
Just like
There's
it is on
Speaker's Corner
your
playlist.
Nice.
on your frame, Lessons for Life, just like that.
Yeah. But
Okay.
Looking
Free
you up.
What time,
Yeah,
what time
exactly
are you
like that.
on? Schedule time or intermittent?
I'm planning to go back to live streaming regularly on Wednesday nights and Friday nights at 10 p.m.
On YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
2 p.m.
On
London
YouTube.
time. Right.
Cool.
Yeah, in GMT, Greenwich
Five.
mean time. But
Did you ever, in your interviews with people, did you ever run into anybody who was aggressive, violent, that level of person?
Oh yeah. There was
you're
an
always interested in the fighting,
EDL guy.
You're always interested in the fisticuffs, aren't you? That's
Yeah. The juice, brother. The juice.
Why not?
You
But
know?
that is
getting the old fisticuffs. Yeah, having it. Yeah.
that is humanity in its rawest form. And I've trained and competed in boxing, kickboxing, and mixed martial arts. I love violence, but I used to shave it off. But when you have
away with that,
competed and enjoyed violence, you don't want to go there just because someone disagrees with you.
Right.
You know?
No, I'm wondering
it's a last resort.
If you had more people who were offended on maybe a particular line of questioning, and you didn't realize maybe you were going there, and it escalated, or did something?
There was a kind of far right, you might describe him as, English Defence League type chap who I get on fine. I tried to get on with everyone.
Sure.
And I'd noticed in a different video, he'd talked about having some Irish heritage, which I have also, Irish background. Yet he's a very strong English Defence League person. He said, yeah, I'm pure English. I'm this, I'm that. And I said, are you English through and through? Do you not have any other heritage? And he goes, no, I'm just English. And I said, because in another video, and correct me if I'm wrong, you said that you had Irish ancestors, and he just completely flipped out. He's like, no, but that's nothing to do with it. I said, look, I'm just asking the question. But you do find that often people that are very, very strongly opinionated in one way, like Tommy Robinson, he also has an Irish background. Maybe he grew up. I mean, people speculate about Hitler's ancestry and background and what went on there. Who knows? Sometimes it's people hate something within themselves that makes them go, like the homophobic attacks carried out by possible closet homosexuals. I think the nightclub in, where was that? The Pulse
Miami.
nightclub
Pulse night.
in Miami. Yeah.
Oh, the
It's
Polish.
up in the Orlando area.
You know, an attack on a gay nightclub, and then
That's
the guy turns out to possibly have been gay himself. So we do have this kind of instinct to hate something, what we see in other people. If we see ourselves in other people, we can kind of have a backlash to it.
What? That's not true.
Interesting.
That's touched on quite a lot by a lot of programs and movies that revolve around schools. There's always the jock that's secretly gay that bullies the openly gay person.
Yeah, there must be an element of truth in it. I'm not saying it's always the case.
I fully agree.
Yeah,
There will be people that have biological leanings to something and not like it and lash out the people that are open about it and can actually be truthful about.
Yeah, that's right. Who are at ease with themselves, like a jealousy of that, maybe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a lovely hat.
People that do violence, especially that, mass killers.
Cypher's hat?
Oh, that one. My cat hat. Got my cat hat.
Strange looking hat. That rhymes with cat, would you believe?
Here, let me get out of the frame. Let the star,
Is that
the attention.
Is that Beast, George?
He's like a big meatloaf.
His head
that
always
Beast,
smells like
George?
pussy.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
That one Beast, George.
He's what?
Is that Beast?
That's Beast. Yes, that's the Beast. That's the Beast. Tiger's over about 6 feet away, looking like a puma over there. She's got her one forepaw out like that, looking cool. They're both think it's getting time for feeding. That's their favorite time, feeding time.
Let's see the cat. Oh, cute.
There he is.
Nice tiger.
There you go. Get him up. Get his attention.
He looks chill. Do you give him catnip, George?
Every now and then, yeah. I have about 10, 12 catnip toys, little mount, cat toys in a bowl filled with catnip, and I'll shake it all up, and then when I pull a toy out, I'll rub it real hard with the catnip, brush it off, and then give it to them, and they go haywire.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hey guys, I'm going to take off early today.
Wow.
Okay, last
Great
dance.
being on. Thanks for having me,
See ya.
Steve.
See you, buddy.
Thank you so
Enjoy the
much.
Super Bowl,
Relax.
Americans.
Yes.
All right.
See ya.
Always
man.
a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Always.
Always a pleasure to speak to you, isn't it? Always a pleasure.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Just stand
Very
on.
good.
He puts up with it with me anyway.
Do you guys does the Super Bowl play on regular TV over there for you all, Brits?
I don't know. I've
Not
regular
regularly
live
TV.
I ain't got telly anyway, so I don't know.
No television, huh? All internet for you.
Because basically, I don't agree with the fact that we have to pay for live TV, so they can balls off.
But you get BBC, you pay for that, right? That's mandatory.
That's right, yeah. But if you have a aerial fixed to your TV and you watch live TV, you're basically forced to pay for it. And I don't agree with it, so I don't have an aerial plugged in, and I just tell them that I use my computer for watching Netflix and whatnot.
Well, how do they know if you have an aerial? Do they drive around? And look?
They come round to your house knocking to come and have a look at your TV.
I'll be.
Damn.
That's something.
You don't have to let them in, but I just tell them once every couple of years that I don't need to have a TV license, and they leave me alone.
Interesting. But I would imagine you could have the aerial inside and it would still pick up a signal.
I'd rather not have it in, just because it's not worth the hassle.
Interesting.
And the TV's crap anyway. Why would I want to wait for a program to come on when I can watch it whenever I want?
That's true.
One of the leaders of the Nation of Islam told me the television is tell lies vision. So, be clear of that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't watch much. Maybe old Seinfeld reruns and
There's only one thing that tempts me once a year, and that's a show called Doctor Who. So I'd use my mum and dad's BBC iPlayer to watch that once a year.
Some tosser is wondering to know if anybody's got any tips on getting cats to consent. So I don't know. I mean, sometimes you get 6 people together and they can help out with some advice. So I didn't
Interesting.
know if you guys had any advice.
definitely load them up with catnip first.
Be back in a sec, guys.
Later, dude.
Apparently, I don't. Apparently, I've heard this recently. 80% of the arrests of people for not having a TV license are of women, right? Whereas 20% of all normal crimes are committed by women. So what that suggests to me is that they're picking on old, vulnerable women to try and get them for not paying the TV license.
That's a weird little statistic.
The TV license, the TV license for us.
I agree. It's bizarre, but that's what I heard. And yeah, if that's right, then it's wrong, isn't it? You know.
Well, they're just really tricksy.
For us Americans, the TV license police is just like the most hardest thing to understand. That they go door to door and make sure you're not watching TV with an antenna. That's just incredibly.
Yeah, we just pay $150 a month for shit TV.
Right.
That's it. We're happy with it. Thank you. We got TV.
Back in the early 1990s, there was sort of a battle that was eventually won pretty abruptly by the big mainstream cable providers, but or satellite. I think it was satellite. I was on satellite TV, and I had satellite, hackers who were fixing the boxes so that you didn't have to pay for signal, and then the satellite providers they called it the bullet, and they would send some type of code bullet through, the systems that would just completely, disable the pirated signal receivers. They wouldn't work. But that went on for a good while.
And can we just revisit the fact of the arcane system of they have people going around to look at your fucking TV?
Yeah, man.
That's
crazy.
Fucking bizarre, dude. I mean,
I got a buddy that lives over there, and he was telling me how they come to his house all the time, and they want to come inside the house and look in your rooms to make sure
they don't actually have a legal right to. But
no, that's what he uses every time that they come over. But he has to sit there at the front door and have an argument with them every time they come.
The thing is, there's a lot of people out there that just don't have the will to fight it, and
right?
They just let them in.
The old ladies, like Martin's saying.
Yeah. I don't have a TV. I don't have a TV license.
Single mothers as well. They're
I genuinely don't watch TV.
How much is it? How much is the license?
150 quid.
Is it 150
a year?
A year.
And it used to be free for senior citizens, but that's just been done away with.
Really?
Unfortunately. Huh. Gentlemen, I've got to go. Television is for being on, not watching. Really great to see you all. I hope
don't be a stranger
this time.
Yes. Don't
Brilliant.
Be a stranger.
I look forward to seeing you again.
We're gonna dig into you,
gentlemen.
All right.
Take care.
See you soon.
What happened to Last Dance?
what a good guy.
He's just tired.
Lessons for
other things
life.
to do, something.
Lessons for life. Check out his channel. Good
I did.
guy.
I subscribed.
You did already?
I did.
Wow.
Why? Because that was
I gotta go look.
Has he got a YouTube channel?
yeah, he's got a YouTube. He's got like 3,000 subscribers.
Wow.
I'll do that.
Maybe we can share some of his subscribers. We'll get on his show and share his subscribers to the Saturday show.
I will do that, Fat Belly, after I listen to Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians later.
Oh.
What's he called, Steve? Please.
What?
What's he called? Please?
Lessons for Life.
Lessons for Life.
4 is the number.
Yeah, 2,100 subscribers.
Oh, I thought it was more than that.
It's still a lot.
Still pretty
that's
good.
A lot.
The
989.
AFLIP account is getting ready to blow up, guys. So don't forget to like and subscribe because big things are happening. In
4
2021.
videos, didn't there? What, 6 videos, somewhere like that?
I did the interviews. I did those 2 interviews, and then I uploaded some old Live Leak shit that I had found.
Yeah, I visited your channel not too long ago, a week or 2 ago.
I had fun interviewing. I always have fun interviewing. I love interviewing people.
Who was that?
Sounded like someone watching a person getting told to F off at a door.
Must have been Martin.
Okay.
Wasn't me.
All right, cool. I thought
You're watching some TV licensing agents as Martin.
He's not even listening to us.
I was just looking for that. Your mum. I was just looking for your mum.
All right. Well, Last Dance did retire early tonight, but I think we'll try to power on if we can.
Last Dance, that's early. What's it?
Exactly.
7:38 his time.
Yeah. Anyone here? Well, I mean, what about that woman there? That woman yonder in the Senate or the Congress. What's her name?
Green.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah.
You down with MTG? Yeah, you know me. Yeah, I mean,
She got what she deserved.
Weird.
She should have known better making comments like that back in the day. Because in this day and age, I mean, shit always comes back.
Was it back in the day, though? Wasn't it 2-3 months ago?
Back in the day. Last year.
Last year was 2 or 3 months ago. Let's not be coy.
Back in the worst of the COVID.
Cyber, I know you think I always try to trap you, but I'm not trying to trap you. I'm serious. You're not a big fan of hers?
Oh no. No. she's.
I think that's a big problem with the Republican Party right now. Is that side of the.
Oh, here we go.
There's a lot of people.
There's religious. There's a lot of religious fundamentalism on the left. Like what's her name? The one who called for getting the face of everybody. Who's the little old lady out there in California? The sort of the dumb one.
AOC?
Maxine.
Oh, Maxine Waters.
Oh, yeah. She's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I mean, she brags about having all of these fundamental churches in her stable of supporters. And if you've ever been there, and when I was just beginning my insurance career, I was in the poor neighborhoods extensively for about a year and a half, and I actually went to a funeral service and listening, and I've their fundamentalism on the left is just as big an issue as fundamentalism and off the wall stuff on the right, the far right, and it's a weird problem out there on both sides of the fence, on both extremes. It's not brought up very much, but there is a strong part of the left-wing base that's very, very fundamentalist religious, both Islamic and Christian. So that's something to consider.
Yeah, because
I don't particularly think it's that bad, because I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steve. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, because they don't want to seem like there's division amongst themselves, obviously.
Right.
So there's a fear of, because they think they're going to basically they're going to get piled on for not falling in line in a way. You know what I mean? It's
yeah. Well, one of the reasons I don't really have a strong, condemnation of that whole process is that in the worst of my years were in the 70s. After I left LSU, I just descended rapidly from Allegiant to lower skilled labor levels, and it happened very, very quickly, and the pain and the disease processes were so horrible for me that I sought religious consolation. What's the right word? Solace. Yes. And I'll what do they call that? Full disclosure. I chose to be baptized 2 different times. In my efforts to find a solution for what was bedeviling me, and I never went to. Oh, big boy!
Keep going, George.
Is it honey? What's
cinnamon?
Cinnamon, yeah, cinnamon.
It's a color.
No, I can't upstage cinnamon. I got to be quiet.
Oh, Cindy, you stole the show. You're talking over a cipher.
I always show pets.
It's that canine nonverbal communication. But and I mean it was bizarro stuff. I mean, the second one, the second, it was a sectarian movement. I would call it a cult, but it was a very strong sectarian movement, and they were the kind that when I left them, I didn't leave them with them happy that I was leaving them. They actually pursued me. They bugged me, and I finally had to tell one of the brothers.
Bugged you? What do you mean? Like electronic device?
No.
Oh, okay.
They were just
sorry.
they were
like, man,
bothering
Jesus.
me. Isn't it annoying?
Like Scientology or something.
The final brother, quote unquote, who called me, giving me ration of shit. I said, if you call me again, I'm calling, the police department. I said, you guys are harassing me. You're going to leave me alone.
Jesus, man.
And they did. They left me alone. I had enough, people who are suspect to being pulled back in by those kind of tactics, have really low ego strength. I've always had real high, ego strength. I've just had a locus of control that didn't know where to go. I didn't have internal, behavioral integrity because I was so.
Got a new one, hey Fozzie.
Say what?
I think we've got a new guy, Fozzie.
Oh yeah,
Fozzie. But I just said to him, I got to see his face first.
Oh, is he not showing his face?
You gotta let Fozzie in. Come on,
you guys are all logged in, right? And you can see that. I think I'm not logged in, so I can see comments.
I don't think I'm logged in. I think I just clicked the link.
Is Cup of Tea a really big fan of Liz Truss? I mean, I thought I was going to look up and see this. All right. I see his taste. Liz Truss.
Is that a British politician?
Yes, it is.
Cup of Tea's a Brighton.
Yeah. She's politics.
I should have known with a name like Cup of Tea.
Cup of Tea is something special.
Yeah, Liz Truss. Now, interesting. A man with such a diverse sense of humor goes for.
It looks like a female version of Simon Pegg with those eyes.
I don't know who that is, but I like it.
You don't know who Simon Pegg is?
Negative
Hot
Ghost
Fuzz.
Rider.
Hot Fuzz, Paul, Shaun of the Dead.
All right, Fozzie, okay. I'm going to give him a run.
Yeah, here we go.
Fozzie, be good
hey
now.
guys, thank you for allowing me in. I don't have a working webcam. I do apologize about that.
Okay, cool.
I just wanted to say to Biscuit of Apes, man, I just seen that you took your beer out of the cooler and wipe it off with a rag. That's like an old school trick. I thought that was pretty cool, man. But other than
what was that, buddy?
I seen that you took your beer out of your cooler, or you have like a beer.
Oh no, it was literally out of a carrier bag.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so
it's warm.
Yeah, so okay, yeah, no. In the summertime, for me, like when I go camping, I usually have a cooler and I have a rag, and every time I take my beer out, I weight my beer can down to wipe the condensation off before I crack it open.
Oh, cool.
And I noticed you done that, and I thought that was pretty cool. That's all I was going to say.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Hey, you came on just for that?
No, it wasn't just for that. But I was in the back room. I just noticed, right? So that was it. But how you guys doing tonight?
Good. Welcome.
Good,
Fozzie. I'm going to make a guess, Fozzie. Canada?
Man, you hit that right on the head, my guy. Perfect.
All right. Cool. Cool, eh? Right on, brother. Camping, coolers, beer, Canada, obviously. Right?
All I had to say was like maple syrup, moose.
Right. Yeah.
Can you say
sausage?
I'll be right back.
Can you say the word about?
Now I can do the stereotypical about if that's what you're looking for.
Right.
But I'm more of an about kind of guy, not an about kind of guy.
Yeah, I think he's out there, maybe out in the West, I'm guessing. Cool, man. Well, welcome. Thank you for coming by, buddy.
How'd you find this? How'd you find us?
I'm not sure actually. I just logged in, and within my recommended list, it was Smokesteve's International Pub was in one of my.
Wow, we're being recommended now. That's amazing.
We're hitting the big time now, guys.
Do you know what it is? It's Steve's much. Because Steve's been the only video. This pub's been the only videos that been showing. The content's been so much more mellow. Therefore, YouTube pushed us up in the algorithm.
Right. Once Hayden comes back on Thursday, we're
going to be dragged down.
Down. But you're right. Maybe I'll record a drink video. He'll play it at the end of his rant, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even tell him I was going to do that, and I don't know. We'll see.
Fozzie, is it Fozzie?
Fozzie.
Yes. No, it's Fozzie.
No,
it's Fozzie.
Oh, I was right the first time.
Seems like it should be two Z's, but it almost spells like Fozzie. Have you ever heard of Live Leak?
Live Leak?
Yes.
I feel like that's something I might have watched a few videos on, maybe a few times.
Yeah. It's kind of like a gore sharing website. Right. That's kind of how this channel. That's what it came from, kind of.
Right.
In an indirect way. The co-founder of that website is
the
one that usually hosts. He usually hosts live shows on the site, and then when the pandemic hit, then he started these Saturday night pubs
on this channel.
Yeah, he didn't want to keep hosting them every week because he's got a life unlike the rest of us.
Right.
So Smokesteve won him over with his charm, and now
Yeah.
Smokesteve hosts it every week.
And if you remember correctly, the night that he announced it, he said, and the answer came to me in Smokesteve. I was like, holy shit, he's actually going to use me. I couldn't believe it.
Did you ask him? Like, did you?
Yeah. I suggested, and then he was like, interesting idea. And then I went and bought a laptop, and I texted back, I bought a laptop, and he was like, all right. He was like, that's a little much, but okay, you're in. Because literally up to that point, I had been using my phone for everything.
Yeah, you used to walk around with your phone and go jump on the trampoline.
Right, we got rid of the trampoline. Amazing. But my wife's got this gorgeous iPad. My kid has maybe 2, 3, 4 iPads. I don't even know. I had my fucking phone. I'm like, that's it. I'm getting a fucking laptop, God damn it. You know, I had enough. And whoop. Then I was blessed to be given the show. And
that was crazy that you just like reached out to him, you know, just out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? There's enough people here that they like it, and I think I can do it. Let's do it. And the wife was like, you realize once you commit, you're in. And I was like,
every Saturday.
I was like, let's do it. Fuck it.
Like, what are you going to do when everything starts opening back up? Like, were you busy on Saturday nights? Because I won't be here on Saturday.
I have one buddy from college who comes monthly. He's stopped coming since this shit started.
Right, yeah.
He could hang out here.
I'll be out of it. I'll be.
Yeah, I know.
Later.
Man, like Saturday nights were the biggest. You know, like I was always either skateboarding with my friends or doing something crazy. You know.
Well, you can't do that forever, dude. You
can do it forever. Man, I got friends that are into their 50s and they're still skateboarding and stuff. And they stay young. You know, you wouldn't think they were in their 50s. It's because they skateboard, you know.
Yeah, I know. You're right. So basically, as long as this shit goes on, I'll keep it going. And then when it dies, it dies. You know, it's that simple. Not a big deal. Maybe I'll get new followers, more like people who don't do anything.
Man, if I didn't have nothing to do, it's always fun coming in here and seeing regular faces. And I mean, I look forward to it on Saturday afternoons. You know, I'm like, oh, I gotta, get everything I need done, so I can come on and hang out with you guys every Saturday night.
So I'm not that organized. I'm like, I'll get it all done after the show.
Well, it's so late there for you.
You're out, Martin? Martin, you hitting the road?
I was going to say like if I could fly to Portugal, you lads wouldn't be seeing me this afternoon.
What's in Portugal, Martin? We can all guess what's there. Yes, my man.
Is there a love interest or is it just sun?
That's why I wasn't here last week.
Yeah.
You were in Portugal last week?
No.
Oh.
No.
It'd be stuck there if he was.
He was trying to get into Portugal. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, man.
So do you guys think that, now, it's an interesting point that you mentioned about how because there's a pandemic that there's a bunch of us that are just meeting by chance because of the circumstances that we're in. But do you think that once things go back to normal, that people will just go back to normal quickly? Or do you think there will be a little bit of reminiscence where it's like, you know what, I kind of miss just chilling out on a Saturday night where I could just jump online. It was easy. It was convenient. I developed relationships online. How do you think that's going to move, or how do you think that's going to unfold moving forward?
I mean, I pretty much don't go out anymore. I don't, Ace, you're an outlier with the skating thing, but you don't go to bars or go out and socialize.
No, I've never gone to bars or anything.
Right.
In part, it depends on how long it will be before normal occurs. I mean, there's some estimates out there that it'll be a couple of years. So the acclimation and the habituation to online stuff could really alter the way people act in the future.
I mean, personally, I'd like to go to my local pub again. We've got a beer garden in the local pub, and it's nice to sit out in the sunshine. All the local women coming in and just chatting to all the women.
But you gotta have some. You gotta have somebody to watch your daughter.
I would miss coming to this. Say again.
You can't just leave your daughter at home though.
No.
Obviously.
Well, the thing is, when the pandemic wasn't there, I had 2 hours every Thursday afternoon and 2 hours every Tuesday when she went to dance club and to like scouts.
Yeah.
So you would hightail it to the pub?
I went to the pub. I went to the pub for a couple of hours just to have a gander with people and a couple of pints while she was at Beavers and dance club. Yeah.
Biscuit dropped his daughter off in one state and picked her up in a completely different state.
I didn't get past that. I had literally two very low alcohol pints like Heineken.
Okay, yeah. It's just for the being there part of it, not the...
Yeah, I was just there to have a gander with the locals and just do something other than sit in my house.
Yeah, I don't go to the bars here because they pretty much suck, but if I was in the UK, I'd be like, yeah, let's just go hang around and see the locals, man. That would be definitely cool, you know?
It's a very tight-knit community where I live in Bentley, so everyone doesn't mind speaking to everyone else. It's really nice.
Hell yeah.
We had a new, restaurant pub open up within about 200 meters of where I'm staying. So all I have to do is walk down to the elevator, go down, walk about 50 yards, open the gate, walk another 100 yards, and I'm there at the place. I haven't gone yet because I've been on a weight loss and better living kick here for the last 2-3 weeks.
Good.
But I'll be going there. It's a nice place. I checked their menu out online. They're expensive. They're not in.
They got a grouper sandwich.
Yeah,
that's where you go right there. Grouper sandwich.
Okay, you sold me.
That's how you just. To me, a restaurant in Florida, that is the way to judge them.
Grouper's good.
Blackened or Cajun grouper sandwich.
What's a grouper sandwich?
Grouper's a fish. It's just a lightly cooked fish fillet with a little Cajun seasoning. Yeah. It's freaking delicious, bro.
It's good fried too.
Oh yeah, it's awesome, and it's a great.
What kind of fish is it? Is it a white fish or?
Yeah, it's a white,
grouper.
White flaky.
Yeah, it's like a little,
like cod.
Like cod. It's like cod. It's better. It's better than cod, but it's like cod.
Yeah.
Better than haddock.
Quite plain.
Better than haddock.
No, haddock's better, I think, but some people would argue that.
Orange Ruffy.
Now, Ifit, do you know what the other name for grouper is, especially the really big ones?
No, what?
It's
like
something fish.
White fish.
Jewfish.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, you better mark that down for right at 157, Smokesteve.
That's one for Richie Allen.
Is that because it makes a lot? Is it anything to do with the amount of money it makes?
No, I don't want to describe why it is, but if you happen to see one of the...
You can only buy it with shekels. Biscuit.
One of the older fish, when it's large, you could see a picture of it, possibly search it on Google.
Oh, it's got a big nose.
Say that! Come on!
Look, I got a big nose. I've been mistaken for Jewish before because of my nose.
If Monty Python can make this joke, I'm sure we can.
Let's change the subject to the fish so nice it was named twice. Mine's
good. Tilapia is great for the price.
Yeah, tilapia is cheap, but
I just got 3 pounds of it for $10 on sale.
Oh, it's cheap.
Is there another name? I've heard tilapia a lot. It's in games. It's been mentioned a lot. But is there another name for it?
Yeah, what is that other name? I can't.
It's cheap. That sole, that's cheap.
Farmed. Tilapia is the easiest thing. They farm the hell out of it, and it's just.
Do we get this in UK, Martin? Tilapia.
Sure, everywhere in the world.
Yeah, you can recognise them because they've got the little hats on.
No, we're not talking about the Jewfish still.
A month or two ago, I was talking about gulumbo, a combination of goulash and gumbo.
Nice.
Maybe it's different in UK because our regular fish is cod, haddock, mackerel, kippers, salmon.
What's the one they sell as fake fish and chips? there's like a bad one that can like make.
Is it place?
There's a net. There's like a.
Oh no, it's not place, is it? It's
It's a fish, like a imposter fish.
Catastrophe.
No, it's an imposter. Like they advertise it as cod, but it's like sand shark or
tilapia, isn't it? I mean, that's what they use it to lower the value, is put tilapia in place of grouper or something like that.
I think in UK we've got that much sense of esteem with our fish culture that we just have cod and haddock.
Interesting.
You guys,
we do have some chip shops that sell place, but it's actually labelled as place.
I think I saw stats that UK is still the biggest maritime business in the world.
I don't think there's any reason when we've got so much cod and haddock around us. Our fish stocks are quite healthy.
It's that North Sea of yours. Good.
Well, there was a big fight during Brexit for French to come in and take it, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think so. I don't remember much about it, but yeah, there was some issue with the fisheries.
So how's Brexit working out for you, Biscuit?
For me, well, it's not shown its tail yet, has it? Because of fucking COVID.
So what's happening with it?
Well, it's done, isn't it? But I don't think we're going to see the pluses or minuses of it till much later.
Okay. So the effects are unnoticed as of now.
But for most of the public, I would imagine people like farmers, fishermen, people on the the beginning end of things are going to feel it more right now.
Okay. Interesting.
We can't see it in supermarkets. Prices are the same. Stocks are still there.
It's going to be interesting to see in the United States what happens with the eased, restrictions on Chinese trade, and NAFTA is going to change, back to a little more of what it used to be before Trump was there. And
right.
I've got a feeling after the G7 summit and Boris Johnson decides to make everything wind powered, we might have a few more blackouts in our country.
It's possible.
Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Yep. Yeah, I've noticed that it's harder to find certain light bulbs now. All of a sudden, that Trump's
serious.
Yeah, the CFLs, the little ones that they screw in like a normal bulb, but they have the coil.
Yeah,
those are harder to find and they're more expensive. I price them out for my company.
Would you not rather have LED, which is better light anyway?
Yeah, but those coil bulbs used to be like $3 a bulb. Now I'm paying $608 for the LEDs.
Oh, okay.
That's inflation.
Yeah, but an LED bulb will last magnitudes longer than a CFL bulb.
We haven't had big problems with inflation, but there could be some inflationary pressure here in the next year. We've got this huge debt.
Can you still get incandescent bulbs in America?
Yes,
you can for anything pretty much.
Oh yeah, it's they're there.
Very wasteful though. About 85% of the energy goes away in heat for an incandescent bulb.
They're wasteful if you're using them for anything. If you think about it, are they wasteful if it's a cold climate and they're adding to the temperature of your home?
No.
No?
No, 100. That's not wasteful.
I'll use the oven to heat my home.
I tell no lie, George. I've left my oven on for 2 days without noticing,
Lord.
and my home was boiling.
Oh no, my God!
100.
Because I've got a gas oven, and I didn't realise that the oven was on for 2 whole days until the gas had actually run out, and my home started cooling down very fast.
I can't believe you did that, man. I've left burners on before, but never any harm. I've never caused kitchen fire, but I think
it was just the pilot light inside the oven itself, not on the hob. So the oven was like radiating heat all the time.
Well, it's good it wasn't on the hob. We don't
no.
want that.
Especially if you look at it right now, it's covered with like boxes and stuff. So I don't want stuff on.
Is that a common term in the U.S., the hob?
Yeah, of course.
Gas stoves?
No,
Ever.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah, the hob.
definitely common in the UK.
Yeah. Just
What
a
are you?
bit. The
What
hob.
is it an abbreviation for? What is it? Hob.
Gas hob.
Hob.
No?
Top of the cooker. The top of the
Yeah.
Stovetop.
The hob. Cool.
Interesting. George, you've
Yeah.
heard that?
Well, no, I mean, I'm just repeating it.
But you hadn't heard it prior to like 45 seconds ago? No.
Dang it.
Yeah. Yeah, me neither.
I'm still trying to take in bonnet and boot, you know?
Right. Nathan, is that a cigarette you're smoking?
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you call it? Oh, you call it the hood in the trunk, don't you?
Yeah.
What do you guys call this, Biscuit? A fag?
It's a fag or a cig.
Smoke.
Or, as I like to call them, cancer sticks.
I'll tell you what I call that. I call it a fucking split.
Spliff.
Spliff. All right. Yeah.
I call it a cancer stick.
Oh, wow.
One of the nastiest.
It's so
memories
different
I
from
have
what you're inhaling right now.
in my
It
impoverished.
really is.
I
Yes.
was sort of on a street and I saw what I thought was a roach that was a reefer roach, and it was some bum, the end of their cigarette, and I'm like,
Wait. You picked.
yes, I
You
did.
picked. Oh my
I did.
God,
I
dude.
actually picked it up.
Oh, you picked it
Oh,
up.
this is gonna be. I'm gonna get a little buzz off this.
Oh my god.
I was pathetic at different times in my life. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
Sad.
And it was just a
Sad
cigarette butt.
state. Yeah, it was a rolled, an old roll bugler,
Oh, yeah.
no.
smoked down to about that big.
With
Yeah.
somebody else's lip juice on it.
Yeah,
Oh,
horrible. To this day, it's one of my most horrible
oh
memories.
Jesus.
I have numbers of horrible memories, but that one ranks up there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah, that one's. Oh,
Even if I thought it was a roach, I don't know if I'd pick it up and light it
Yeah.
up. but-
even if you knew it was marijuana, you wouldn't.
yeah, I don't think so.
Maybe
Well,
open
you're
her
right.
up and put it in a pipe, and then you're.
Maybe there was a time in my life when I would have, completely been out or something. Been like,
There was times in my life when I've gone in my own ashtray and emptied the used cigarettes
yeah.
of tobacco and
I'll-
punched it all up and made made cigarettes out of it.
Right.
I'm sure
right.
Smokesteve's could admit to this as well. I've collected, like
Out of Europe.
the resin that's left over in different
I've
pipes and
seen-
stuff.
I've seen Smokesteve in a right state when he's been in a right mess. Yeah.
I've scraped a pipe of resin before, but I learned long ago that the feeling you get from resin is a far cry from the feeling. You get
It
from
is, but when you
good
ain't got
pop.
nothing, that's what you keep it for.
Just go for the whiskey if you ain't got nothing, because the resin ain't gonna do it, bro. Trust me. And that was a back in college thing, man. And I learned from then. I don't like resin. I'd never smoke it again.
I only smoked opium one time, and it was opium resin that was left over from
Yeah.
bong.
I've
And man, I don't know if I've ever been that wasted.
I've
before.
experienced opium, the real thing, before, and it is something else. I will tell you, it is the flavor explosion that you guys will never. Oh my god,
I've
unbelievable!
only ever had an opiate
Smoked opium?
in the form of morphine when I was taken into hospital once.
Yeah, I've never really liked the pills myself.
Me neither.
Dangerous, little too concentrated.
Yeah, I think morphine's pretty safe though, isn't it? In a hospital setting when you actually need it.
When you have the button, yeah, for sure.
What's got me into trouble 2 times, not legal trouble, but behavioral trouble, was alprazolam. Once in
I think mine was Oromorph. I think.
Yeah. Alprazolam is one that you take it and it feels good to get out of pain, and you just totally zonked, and then wake up and go, oh, a little bit more, lose track of time. Next thing you know, you're tripling, quadrupling the dose in a 4 to 6 hour period of time, and that's when bad things happen. Not good.
Yeah, I've always had a problem with losing. Like, if I lose control or anything, I don't want to have nothing to do with that.
No, it's very spooky, scary experience when it happens. Each time,
even drinking, I don't really like.
Each time I had acquired it, illegally, one time through the internet and one time by one of my relatives, got me their prescription, gave me a full pill bottle of their prescription. And
at the minute, I feel bad that I'm going through like a pack of these a week.
What's that?
Just ibuprofen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're a bad man. Oh,
I'm a bad man. But I keep feeling like is the pain I'm feeling just like not real, and I'm just feeling it for the sake. But I'm only having like 4 tablets a day. It's not a major lot. It's only 800 milligrams a day.
Don't worry about taking ibuprofen. You'll be fine. I mean, your body metabolizes it because the amount of mass in your body. You'll metabolize that, no problem.
Yeah,
it won't poison you at all.
I mean, I prefer to have naproxen 1 tablet a day because it's less harmful on my stomach. But
I usually do 4 naproxens or 6 ibuprofens. Periodically, I'll take the headache. Where you got aspirin, acetaminophen, and caffeine in those tablets, and those are pretty spiffy, for basic pain relief. I do have, residual from, I got the titanium in my neck. I got the protruding discs still in my thoracic.
To be fair, though, I think the 4 cans of Guinness have just sucked has done much more for pain than the ibuprofen did.
That's been, when I use alcohol as my go-to for pain relief, I just flat drink too heavily. It gets me into organic.
I mean, 4 cans of Guinness is lightweight, really, isn't it?
It's not good. Bad, a 5th of vodka a day is a bit much.
Yes. Right. 5th of vodka a week would be tolerable.
Yeah, it'd be tolerable.
But that's the thing is, you'll save it all up for one day. I know how that goes.
Yeah. It hasn't been hard after the first week. I've been sober now a month, and it hasn't been hard to resist after the first week.
Good man.
And, I'm comfortable with it at this point. On to better things, hopefully.
Right on, George.
Yeah, thanks.
And you sound healthier, like you're not having the issues you had back then.
Yeah, senior moments seem to still be around.
You can't change time, but,
Got the Joe Biden syndrome.
Yeah, I mean.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's all right.
He's not that bad.
Oh,
I guess he'll be my president. Okay.
His signatures are going out fast and furious. He's signing everything they put in front of him.
Yeah, setting records for those executive orders.
Right, Aphid?
Sounding pretty good, George.
I'm no fan of him.
Yeah.
He's your man, right?
No, he's not my man.
Come on, to characterize everybody.
He's better than what we had in there, but he's not. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. So
I think he fit the role. He fit the role that the majority of the population needed or wanted right now. But it's not like there's anybody else that I think could that I'm all anxious about taking his place or anything either, though.
Okay.
I just don't like politicians. No.
What's going on over there, Martin? That's a new look for you.
It's green. It's green. It's not that new.
Right.
His favorite color.
Yeah. Marty with the greens.
He was scrutinizing us.
And we're back. Biscuit Face. What's up, buddy?
Just went to let dog out for a little tiddle.
The dog, all right.
A tiddle? Like you had to go pee?
Yep.
The dog.
No, he had to go pee.
It was me and the dog.
Oh, I got you.
It's snowing here.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
it's not raining heavily, but it's spitting.
Yeah.
This
We're
next
warming
week it's
back
going to
up
be
down here in
negative,
Florida.
-7 one day.
Wow.
Wow.
Within the next few days, we're going to have highs in the low 80s, you know, lows in the
Jeez.
50s.
That
And
sounds
then
good.
hopefully it'll cool back down. You know, but it's been nice. You know, I like the cool, of course. I would even like the cold. It's easier to dress heavily for the cold than it is to, you know, dress lightly for the heat. You know, when it gets into that 100-degree wet bulb
Oh,
temperature.
I can't stand the heat, man. I'd
Yeah.
rather be 0 than 100.
Yeah, you get a lot of heat where you are too. You know,
Oh, yeah.
just in the season.
Is it similar to Texas, George, where you live? You know, the heat wise.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah. Because I've been watching live streams of SpaceX, and they're all on about the faces burning with them being outside watching rockets.
Southwest, deep south, southeast, all the same. In terms of the heat. It's a
That
little more-
that last rocket didn't do so well.
It did same as last time. It just one of the rockets didn't fire up. One of the engines.
They canceled the second, you know, the test where it goes up a certain elevation and was to turn around and land, and they canceled that on the 20th.
Yeah, it went again though other day.
And it failed. It crashed.
Yeah, it blew up.
Huh, I must have been seeing old news.
Yeah, it was a total epic fail.
It wasn't it wasn't a total epic fail.
The video, the thing goes flat like it's supposed to. It goes vertical. It goes way beyond vertical and basically slams down almost completely horizontal.
You've got to see it from SpaceX's point of view. It was a test, and they got the ascent, they got the belly flop, and they got it to upright, but it just didn't stick the landing. So, in my view and their view, it was a success.
How much do you think that test cost?
Not a lot.
Come on.
Millions.
They blew the whole thing up, dude.
Yeah.
At least 10 million, probably.
Do you know how many more they've got ready to go?
I think that test
They've got another 10 of those rockets, like, all in bits, ready to go. Just for testing.
My conservative estimates are about 200 million for the test and the equipment.
Probably right.
And more like average is 250. But that's nothing for these guys because they can charge 200 million per trip to bring people to the space station. So the profit margin is massive. They just need to get the mechanics right. He's looking it up now.
Yeah, I forgot what they call it.
Look up fail.
Shit, what do they call the fucking rocket again?
SpaceX.
No, the rocket, not the company. The actual rocket.
Pocket rocket.
Excellent. Hold on.
I'm going to go get dinner going, guys. Always good to see you guys.
All right, we'll see you later.
Take care, buds. We'll see you next weekend.
All right.
There we go. I got the number. It's a measly 2 million per launch.
Wow. And plus, what about the destruction?
That's it, 2 million.
So the whole thing was worth 2 million.
And possibly a couple hundred bucks to re-concrete the pad.
Couple hundred.
Jeez.
It's only basic concrete that they make the pad of.
Man speaks the truth. A couple bags of concrete, a few pieces of wire, a little aluminum tubing. Boom, you got a rocket, you got a launch pad. We're good to go. That's all you need.
It's only made of stainless steel that's been formed. Yeah.
I was saying, I hope that I can live to 2050. I'd be 97, at 2050 or 96, I think, one of the two. And hopefully I've still got all my faculties and see where technology is in 2050. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing. You guys will all see it most likely.
Debatable.
Yeah. Just get on the straight.
It's still three weeks for that vaccine that I take tomorrow to take effect.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. You'll be out. I think you'll get past COVID.
Oh, you got to come on next week and give us a vaccine update.
Oh, I will do. What happens if I catch it at the vaccine centre, though? That'd be a fuck up, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, jeez.
There are a couple of horrors.
I think that's part of, maybe that's where my anxiety is based, is I'm going out into the open where people are going to get vaccinated and possibly get the vaccine and the virus all in one.
Simultaneous?
Yeah, oh, God.
Jesus.
It's the whole populace of the world is spooked by this stuff. Anywhere where there's concentration density, of population, there's issues with transmission. Yeah. It seems anyway.
I'm going to take every precaution. I'm going to put a couple of layers of masks on.
A couple layers of masks.
Yeah.
That'll do something. Masks help, I think. I don't know.
Maybe put some swimming goggles on or something to protect my eyes.
Wear sunglasses, man.
I ain't got any. Not that are any good anyway.
You don't have any sunglasses?
Like Ali G.
I have, but they're scuffed up. I suppose they'll work for purpose.
Oh, you got to get yourself some decent polarized shades, man.
I've got some cheap, what you'd call dollar store aviators.
Yeah, you need some blue lens polarized. So people can't see your eyes when you're trying to.
I don't fall into that bracket of not letting people see my pupils.
All right. I know, but it's a general intimidation thing, I don't know.
I'm intimidating enough.
All right. I don't know. I think you'd look pretty good with a pair of these babies,
I've had a pair of those. They're on a quid at Pound Shop.
No, these are polarized for fishing, so you can see the fish under the water.
All right, yeah. Are they the ones that, any glare of light on the water you can see through?
Yes.
My Joe Bud aviator.
There you go. Look at this.
They're the ones I've got. I've got a pair of those.
Yeah, where's your 357, sir? Jesus, officer.
You.
Yeah.
You.
All right. The sheriff is back. And I did not shoot him. I
don't wear my extra set of eyes that are regular, spectacles. Wear the sunglasses that are prescription instead. I look like a rider.
Oh, is that Martin?
No, say it again, Martin. I'm sorry.
I said apparently he's the most powerful man in the world.
You're slurring your words a bit there, Martin.
King of the
world. I'm worried about that. I'm concerned about that.
You're concerned about Biden?
If he's the most powerful man in the world, I'm worried about that. Yeah.
It is something to worry about.
He appears to be a bit of a soft, old, lovely gentleman.
Yeah, I think what happens in a administration like his is that you have palace intrigue, so to speak. There's infighting to get his favor and attention, and everybody's sort of. That's just my impression. I mean, at the other side, the good side, I said it last week or the week before. He's been in politics so long that I may not like some of the politicians and staff people that he's that he's connected with, but Biden has political channels that just tentacles out in every direction. So he might get a lot of people to cooperate with him in a seamless manner, even though I don't like the people who are cooperating with him.
I found it very interesting that the first outside country other than Canada that he called was the UK.
Well, he's smart then, they're valuable allies. You guys are valuable allies. There's no doubt. We'll see how the China stuff goes, and he's talking tough about Russia, and and I mean things are settling down and settling in, and we'll just
Well, something needs to be done, doesn't it? That Putin fella is a bit overstepping his mark, isn't he?
one of the I guess it was. Go ahead.
What are we going to do against Putin, Biscuit?
What we're going to do? That's for someone much smarter than I.
Putin's running his shit tightly over there, and there's not much we can do. Is sanctioning Russia the right thing to do? I don't know, man. Like, yeah, but they're running a seemingly a bunch of cyber espionage shit on the United States government. If you're to believe what we're told.
Yeah. Well, is it not also true that the American government and the UK government are also doing the same thing to other countries?
Of course it happens at some level, but I guess there's a level that exceeds what is acceptable, and they deem that Russia has gone above and beyond the acceptable, like garden variety espionage. They all take place, or that takes place. You know what I'm saying?
Like literally getting involved with other countries' politics and whatnot.
There was some dissident who was jailed recently over there, and thousands of people have been protesting in the streets of Russia.
Alexei Nialov or something?
Wasn't he drugged or something?
He was poisoned. They held him in Germany for a while he got better, poisoned by what they think was the KGB or Russia, and then they sent him. He decided voluntarily to fly back to Russia. They immediately arrested him, and he's looking at years in jail over some petty shit just because they.
I think it was I think it was a critical article or a critical, criticism he had of the regime.
They're arresting his family. We're talking wife, kids, mother, father. Everyone's getting arrested.
Let me see if the article's still up about him in the thing that I was reading. It said that Putin's scared of being given the Gaddafi treatment.
There is the off chance that Putin could be watching YouTube right now and search through and click on this live stream. It's theoretical, so let's keep.
Well, if
he
is, Putin, guess what? We're coming for you.
That's what I'm saying.
The Putin menace.
That Kalashnikov can reach far and wide.
That's right. The vodka in this country is all part of the big Putin strategy to cripple us.
I mean, how does somebody get so shit-faced that they decide they're going to stand on the side of a frozen lake and try to dive in, and they get absolutely wrecked because it's like 5 inches of ice? So they're thinking they're going to dive through the ice, like under the ice, and be trapped under there. What's the logic in like these Russians who are trying to jump through ice, who end up like cracking their body in half because it's way thicker than they expected? Are they expecting to go through the fucking ice? That's better?
There's some great fail videos about people who try to do cannonballs onto ice. And
the guy lays on his tailbone.
That's a great one.
I mean, there's a few Americans who try it, but yet I still don't understand. Is the goal to break through the ice and be stuck under there, or are you trying to stay on top? I don't really get it.
Trying to stay on top, but it is.
Maybe it's all for the memes.
All for the brief 5 seconds of fame.
There was even a cute chick once. She had a little bikini on. She ran across the dock and jumps off. Ankle, boom, 90 degrees. Fucking bam.
Is that on Live Leak?
Yeah.
No, that's probably on YouTube, man. I mean,
ow.
And speaking of crazy videos, I got to bring one up that was all over the internet recently, and I believe it was even on YouTube. The snow shovel rage incident. I think it was in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah. I thought I had seen the whole video after the first round of shooting, and he came back about
with a rifle, with an AR.
Two later, and just wasted him with that. And then I guess he took his life. Is that? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, he committed suicide shortly thereafter.
Like a minute later, because once the sirens start coming, the gunshot, I believe, I don't know if you can
I
hear it,
didn't
but
hear that. Yeah, I didn't hear the final suicide gunshot.
yeah, that was just nuts.
that was off the charts, crazy
What
time.
was that about then? What was that to do with?
A long-standing feud about snow shoveling in the street and on each other's property, and they in the video they're calling all of these horrible names, just everything you can imagine. You think of all the creative, ugly, names, and both the wife.
So is this just a nice person shoveling snow from people's drives?
No. They both.
It's long-term feud between neighbors that finally boiled over.
Oh, okay.
It seemed like you had a brash, loud couple on one side, and then you had a quiet, fairly insane man on the other side. And once they started dropping the pussy, F-bomb, F-A-G-G-O-T, all of these on him,
they were just...
He just decided to pull out a pistol, light him up, go back inside, get a rifle, come back, and finish him off. It's absolutely disturbing as fuck.
Yes, it is. That was a bad one.
And then he went inside and wasted himself. So the whole thing was for nothing. But yeah, this was all over the news over here, and I mean,
fairly near you.
Yeah, another reason why guns are bad.
I don't know if you have, Biscuit, but I certainly haven't heard anything about that over here.
No, we've not heard it like that over here. But that would be what? Would that be local news in America?
No, that's regional.
No, that was national. I think.
National.
I mean, it was just so unusual because of the extreme reaction. But you're right in that 2 people is not that much. For national news here, usually it would be like 4 or 5.
Nature of it.
Yeah, it was the nature of the crime that was compelling.
I have to tell a story on myself. I'll segue into another personal story. I tried to bring my shotgun out last week. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I said it was malfunction. It's been about 3 years since I've handled it, and I mean, and I was very careful. I mean, it wasn't like I was doing anything wrong with it, but I forgot that when you're dealing with, a long, automatic weapon, you have to press a button on the side to release the slide, to go forward. So the shotgun was working perfectly. I just forgot, after not having handled it in 3 years, that once I pulled it back and locked it, all I have to do is reach over to the side of the barrel, not the barrel, but I guess it's the underside of the barrel before it passed the wood stock on the metal, and click a button, and it just wham, the bolts, slams home. And if there were a shell in what's called the plug, in a shotgun, it's called a plug. You put the shells into the plug, and then, when you pull it back and you push the side button the first time, it slides a shell into the chamber, and it's ready for firing, to be...
I'm confused. Is it a pump action shotgun or is it a
semi-auto?
It's an automatic shotgun.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, semi-auto.
Semi-auto, auto-loader.
Right.
It's like it has like a rail of cartridges on the underside, and it pushes one up each time.
No, it's a plug where you put it into a plug. It slides into the internal, deep part of underneath.
Yeah,
the
but you've got like on a shotgun that's got multiple cartridges. You've got one rail at the bottom that takes all the cartridges. Then you've got the barrel at the top, and one cartridge gets pushed up every time you load the shotgun, doesn't it? Into the barrel.
Yeah, upper sideways.
Yeah.
And you can get extenders, but I think they're illegal. It's been so long since I've hunted. I hunted back in the 1970s, and I haven't hunted since. I had military service, but I haven't hunted for a combination of pleasure and food on the table. I don't know if 3 is the limit now or not in shotgun plugs, but it used to be that you could not have more than...
I think if they come manufactured, you can have more, can't you?
You can add more with, basically just like you can have, you can put extended, not cartridges. What's the right word? Help me here, Steve. Magazines. You can get extended magazines, and you can do the same thing. I don't know if they're called magazines in a shotgun, but you can get extended, capacity. Where but I just don't know if it's legal in Florida. It was 3. You could not have more than 1 in the chamber and 3 in the plug.
Even as a self-defense weapon?
Yeah.
That seems unusual.
Well, I mean, like I said, I haven't studied the long barrel weapons. I've always gone with handguns.
I've watched. I don't know if you ever heard of him. It's called Demolition Ranch.
Oh yeah.
He uses shotguns, and he's got like 12 shotguns. Yeah. And they're perfectly legal as long as they're manufactured that way. But like you say, if you put an extension on your shotgun, then it becomes illegal.
Oh, yeah.
Same as sawing off, I believe.
Yeah, there's a mandatory barrel length. The one I've got, the only reason. Go ahead.
If you've got a gun that's got like a six bullets in the magazine or whatever, you can adapt that and attach an extra 6 onto it or something like that. You can do
sometimes.
If it's a semi-automatic, if it's a revolver, you generally have either 5 or 6. I don't know if they make 7.
They do.
Do that?
I think the extension's very similar to attaching a silencer to a rifle, isn't it?
Well,
you just screw it onto the end.
There's a clip for the 9mm from the 90s that all the rappers used to use. The fucking clip stuck out like 9 inches out of the bottom, and it held like 40 rounds. So the clip you feed into the round, most of the time they go up and they stop flush with the pistol, but you can have them be much longer. They're heavy.
Have you seen the round barrel, chamber?
Yeah.
What you call the clip. What you call the clip, that's what you can.
It's a magazine.
That's what you're feeding into the gun, basically. The clip.
Gun purists insist that it's called a magazine. A clip is very specific to certain rifles.
Yeah, the AR, the M1 has a clip.
Yeah.
The M1 with the.
I always have to sort of laugh at the stick.
Basically, if you've got a gun with what would have six, I don't know, guess 6 bullets in it, and if you've got an extended clip, then you can just keep feeding.
You can keep shooting.
Well, no, the clip has a finite amount of bullets that it can hold. So if it's 10, it's 10. If it's 20, it's twice as long. But once that clip is empty, you need to take it out and reload with a new fully loaded clip.
Right.
Or you need to reload the clip, which takes 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
Right.
Really, no matter how good you are, you can't get the bullets in quick enough if people are shooting.
Really serious people carry additional clips,
Right.
I do believe the 1911 that you have, Cypher, they do a double-sided rotary clip that goes in each side of the handle.
How would you conceal that? It's fucking gigantic.
You don't conceal it. There's literally 2 big barrels on either side of the handle. I've seen them.
You would melt the gun if you fired all of those
that
bullets.
I'm aware of. I mean, maybe you're aware of some technology I'm not. I mean, it's all technology.
They also do a fully automatic modification also.
You'd melt the gun.
I what?
What, you'd melt the gun? Is that what you just said, Steve?
If you had a massive amount of rounds on a 45,
it'd make it so hot that it'd just melt the gun.
Theoretically, it could.
It could, yeah.
I mean,
it can cause it to expand, and then if you pause, it can contract just enough to trap the bullet. Weird stuff can go on.
You can blow up the barrel. It could be nasty.
Yeah.
Got to be careful.
But some models have also got like put like a stock on the back of the 1911 as well. Like it clips into the bottom of the handle.
Yeah, the bottom of the handle. You can get extended clips that way.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of the round barrel clips for a. I don't see how it would work in a 19.
It's like a normal clip that goes in, but on the bottom it's got two barrels that feed bullets in on like a rotary spring.
I guess there's such a thing if you've seen it. I'm just not enough of a gun enthusiast to be up on it. I imagine. Yeah, I mean, it's doable. Yeah.
I think that it comes with like there's a. Do you know how the blowback works on the gun?
The gas operated.
The gas operated blowback. Well, there's like a modification you can do that allows it to, when you pull the trigger and hold it, it blows back and fires like automatically, fully automatic.
In long barrel rifles, a bump stock. It's called a bump stock. They illegalized it again after the Las Vegas shooting. You aware of that shooting?
No.
Yeah, the Las Vegas shooting was a weirdo gambler guy, and it's funny how that faded from the public memory because it was just so weird the way the guy's psychology went into the shooting. But he, I guess it. I don't think it was false flag. I think it happened, but he was up very, very high in one of the huge casino buildings, the hotel side of it, and what he basically did was either shot out, or knocked out with hammer or gun or whatever. Yeah, the window, and then from there he was looking down on it was a country concert, right? I think it was a country music concert.
Brad Paisley or something. He didn't want to attract attention, Cypher, so he quietly smashed it out with a pillow and the hammer, and then he stuck his fucking AR outside of the window and bump stock fired it into the crowd for like 25 minutes.
Why? Yeah, why would he do that? Why would anyone do that?
That's the $64,000 question. No, there was no real motive. No, he what did he do? He either threw away his computers or he wiped them, totally bleach bitted. I don't know what he did.
He had no reason. He had no reason to do it.
There's no manifesto. He lost a lot of money at casinos. He had lost a lot of money recently, and he just had a
chip on his shoulder, and he just thought, "Fuck it."
You don't go off and shoot fucking however many people he shot.
Yeah. I mean,
he's lost a few quid on the fucking thing.
Right, it's a mental sickness that's incomprehensible almost. To do that kind of evil, wicked shit.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking bad, and there was a few screenshots I had to take when there was some shots. People took a quick picture of what it looked like on that with all the dead bodies and shit out in the field there. It's fucking shocking, man. And there was
you can actually see those. You can actually see pictures of people who've been shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow, that's fucking.
I know. And I looked at them, and I'll look at them again.
No one wants to see that, do they?
Not really.
No, but you have to, because we're all fucking humans, bro. And what if someday you're there and you're like, I don't want to be here in this situation. And maybe it trains you to think a certain way so that you live someday. That's how I look at things like that. When I watch shootings of people or people getting overtaken and killed or whatever, I look at them and say, maybe someday I will use this knowledge to survive myself. I don't know. Because
interesting sidebar on this, they run the total range. Islamic State said he was theirs. He was a nut job leftist. That's why it dropped so fast. If you believe that fairy tale, you still believe in Santa. And they did ban, guns, bump stocks after that. That is true.
Wow, Mr. Kill C1 blowing up over here with the controversy.
Am I right in saying that bump stocks don't give it fully automatic? It makes it 3 shots, doesn't it?
No,
three shot rapid fire.
It's fully automatic.
Is it fully?
Bump stock, yeah. It was a way around the statutes.
It's not like a It's not three shots. No,
it makes your finger, I think, bounce back and forward inside of the trigger housing.
Got you.
Is that right, George? I think there's a spring-loaded thing that literally
Sounds about right.
It pushes your finger forward, so it's like you just push back against it, so it's a mechanical like resistance. So it kind of creates a.
I don't know the exact mechanism, but
like a pseudo automatic rather than a real automatic.
Yeah, and there's guys who are really, really good with their ARs, who've tuned the triggers just right, who can do it without anything other than just a normal rifle. You can simulate that by pushing your finger back and forward inside the little aperture, you know.
If not hundreds of thousands about them still out there, but they made it illegal to sell any more of them. And you know, they if people show up at any ranges on them, or they catch people if they raided some compound, you know, that was left or right wing, and they were able to find bump stocks on the weaponry, that would be additional, you know, criminal charges for sure.
Right. That's probably like ATF level stuff, I would think.
Yeah, it is. I think
you don't want to get involved with those guys.
What's ATF? What's ATF?
That's the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. That's the serious level of offense.
Martin, I think it was you and Duke that I was talking to about that, saying that I had a choice either to go more passionate and to, you know, be radicalized or get what's the right word for it? Pragmatic and level off and, you know, find productive things to do after the election, you know, because I'm not pleased with how things washed out in the 2020 election, but you know, I as much as I don't approve, I do accept, you know, and acceptance is the very first part of getting things back to normal inside one's own head.
I think with the gun laws, I think they should be a bit more stringent on how they give people the guns.
Sorry, Biscuit, go on, mate.
I was just saying, like, maybe they should be a little bit more stricter with the gun, you know, with who they're giving the guns to.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with background checks. You know, the purists, you know, the most constitutional Second Amendment purist just insists that everything should be, you know, open carry without any registration or background checks or anything. And I tend to believe that background.
Well, that's like saying that someone who's been out there and killed people, reformed and come out of prison should be allowed to carry.
Right.
Is that right? I don't think.
Yeah, you get the sheer libertarian purist, and that's exactly what they're saying. That is what they're saying, and it's not a defensible position, really. But you know, there have been rulings at the.
I mean, if somebody's registered as mentally unstable, they should not be allowed to have a weapon, surely.
Not legally.
Hello, Scotty. Mr. Scott from Scotland.
Safe and secure.
Scott, come
reasonably happy. Yep. Come on.
Blimey, there's still some people listening.
14 watching. What are you writing the fucking next novel over there, Martin? You keep turning to the side. You got something big going down, guy? Oh, you're rolling another cigarette.
Is that your cigarette rolling box? The little wooden tray thing.
That's great.
Keeps it
don't you find your tobacco going dry if you leave it open on that?
It keeps it nice and tidy, mate. Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, cup of tea, you are the man. This guy just rolls. What's he got here? Tons of guns. I'm not sure. I missed the last 2 minutes while I was outside tending to my garden. So
that just came. He wrote that straight out of the sidebar. It wasn't from anything we said. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there was definitely gun running in the Obama administration that blew back, and what was it? 2 or 3 agents got killed by guns where they traced the registrations back to, you know.
No kidding, huh?
Yeah, that was one of Eric Holder's,
I heard
scandals.
I heard that Joe Biden activated 28 executive orders in his first week of office?
Yeah, he set a record. That is true.
That's
I mean, I don't know the exact number, but
that's a bit crazy, isn't it? That's not right, is it? That's not normal.
Many more than any other president has ever done.
Well,
does it matter how many he's done? It matters on how many get passed through, doesn't it?
No,
but the whole point of executive orders, though, Biscuit, is that he just puts them through. That's what an executive order is.
So then now are the law without going through Congress? Executive order.
Yeah. He put 28 through in his first week in office.
Yes. I thought those had to go through Congress first. Do they have to go through Congress?
No, there's different levels.
These guys will be able to tell you better than me, but that's what I heard.
There's different levels. There's stuff that Trump signed. Right now. There's stuff that Trump signed in with the signature that Joe could undo with the signature, and then other things that get voted in on a majority vote need to be voted out on a majority vote. So, to get a majority vote
anything that Trump did with just a signature can be just undone with a signature.
Yeah, like this lower level stuff. If you want to change, if you want to change legislature like gun laws, things like that, you need to have a 60-40 swing for heavy duty stuff.
What,
so
in the Senate or in the
in 9 days he signed 40 executive orders.
So he can do that with the things that Trump signed in with the signature. He can sign them out with the signature. Anything that gets voted
that's coming from me. Just a second. I'm sorry.
Was the wall being built? Was that just a signature thing?
Well, that was possibly even an initiative that he wanted to make a greater continuance on the wall being built. So Biden can go ahead and change the budget and take the money away from the wall being built, and then the wall building
which is what he's done, isn't it?
Is that not worrying though? Is that not worrying that he come in and signed all these executive orders? Is that not that seems that would concern me if I was a citizen of the United States.
It's excessive, but it was everything was set up well before the election occurred.
Is it excessive because of Biden though, or is it excessive because of Biden, or is it excessive because of what messes Trump made?
It's combination. In the opinion of the liberal establishment, they think it's a combination. So
right. But in the opinion of the conservative establishment, anything that Biden does or undoes is automatically, that's left wing. So he's taking it. So if Trump overturned a lot of stuff that had to do with the environment and the FDA. And
right.
Depending on who you speak to, if you speak to somebody with more of a business or economics mind, they might have maybe sided with Trump. If you speak to somebody with more of an environmentalist, forester, you're going to obviously side with what Biden chose. Does Biden know the difference? Or is Biden just choosing because the Democrat ideologue goes in that direction? What is the question? That is the question.
You have to moderate. I mean, there's no way to really influence what's going on much. So it's just exercises in frustration to get really involved with it passionately.
Right.
You just gotta.
Allow the there's a difference between getting involved with it passionately and getting involved with it for historic value.
Well, if you see that there's overt, violations of the rights and of citizens, then many people will become activists about it. And if you don't,
I mean, the way I look at it is just let Biden do what he's doing, and if you don't like what happens over the next 4 years, vote for someone else.
Yeah, the pendulum swinging. I mean, that's the bottom line. Is the pendulum swings both ways, and unfortunately, the swings are more violent and radical now than they used to be. And, I tend to, look unfavorably on the administration that began in 2008 and what happened in terms of radical change in the United States due to that administration.
That was the Obama 2008?
Yeah. So, I mean, some people swear by him and still admire him endlessly. And
I mean, I'm one of those that I liked Obama, but I think it's more of his personality, not his. I'd never saw any of his politics. I only saw his personality, so he comes across as a really cool guy.
Yeah. If you research Arab Spring and the United States' role in it, you start to get an understanding of some of what he did that was probably not productive or constructive. It was ideological and political at a level that wasn't quite what I would consider acceptable. And it's funny again in this company. It doesn't seem that too many people have that bad a view of him, but I'm very negative on him. Without being spastic about it, I'm very negative about him.
Interesting. Yeah. We've touched on that Arab Spring before, on the fact that there were some level of dictators that were possibly better off to have been left alone.
Right.
Saddam Hussein, for instance.
Right.
And that the countries were, some people have mentioned the same about Gaddafi.
Well,
but who am I to say what they would have been better with or without?
Global geopolitics.
Right.
It's a mess, it's a mess.
I mean, it's all well and good saying with hindsight that it would have been better today with those people in power still. But we'd probably be sat here saying these guys need to get out of power. They're not good for the system right now if they were still here. Well, would have been complaining about them, but maybe we wouldn't. You guys would still have your twin towers in is it in New York?
Oh, yeah, it's New York. Yeah.
Wow.
9/11 wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for that, I would imagine.
Right.
He had his opportunity to take out old what's his face, Osama.
Yeah, he attacked him in 92, 93.
Yeah, he had
same towers.
They tried to take him down from the basement in the early 90s.
It's in a Biggie Smalls song. I remember hearing it when I was saying, wow, he's talking about fucking 9/11, but that he was talking about, no, it was the first one, not the second, the 9/11.
When they tried taking the pillars in the garage basement below.
Right, exactly. They had a box truck full of explosives. And everyone in New York knew it, man. When Howard Stern did that show on that day of actual 9/11, he said, I know who it is, and we all know who it is. And they knew it. We knew it was Osama, man. He had already done it once, and he failed, and he had succeeded the second time. If somebody's going to have a conspiracy theory about something, anything,
do you think
that's a pretty good fucking candidate? Do you
think the terrorists knew the towers would come down by crashing planes into it?
I don't know, man.
Or do you think they just thought they'd be causing some havoc?
Yeah, I don't think he knew all of the plans of why the structural weakness was there in the towers. I studied that quite extensively, and the construction design was an atypical design that allowed for the combination of factors, destructive factors, to allow the pancaking effect that occurred from the upper floors. It's pretty horrible. Pretty horrible.
I think it may be a testament to the builders that it did do that, because excuse me, what would have happened if it had have gone like this instead of
if
it fell sideways rather than
Well, it should have stayed up.
I know it should have stayed up, but what I'm saying is, if it didn't do the pancaking and did fall over, I reckon a lot more lives could have been lost.
Potentially, yes. The building 7 over there, that one seemingly went down without much contact.
Well, there's a subterranean,
without a plane hitting it, Steve. Without a plane hitting it.
I know. That fucker went down fast in the video. You're thinking like, right. The other ones that the planes hit went down really fast, but they had planes hit them.
Yeah.
Building 7, well,
underneath all of those buildings were subterranean, floors that were, there were stories of subterranean, what do you call them, cavities? I mean, I'm not. I mean, they were utilized, and they were underneath there. And when the integrity of those was compromised, I think that might have been the very bizarre nature of how Building 7 went down.
Right.
I don't believe that it was demolished by explosives. I mean, and I know that
I don't.
there are people that say it was.
I think a lot of people that say it was is because of it's because of the nature of how it came down. It looked to be like a controlled explosion. If you look at a controlled explosion, those two towers came down.
Well, two
Just
questions.
like
The only
explosion.
two major questions I've ever had about it were the interview I heard with, I feel like they were property maintenance guys or maintenance or property managers. I'm not quite sure. They were in the basement. They basically described what they heard, and they say they heard an explosion first, then the plane hit, then there was a whoop down in the basement, and there's a lot of confusion on the timing of everything. And now with, of course, the time and the history of it of 21 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever, it seems to have gotten a little more muddied, but there seems to have been something in those initial few minutes with the guys who were in the building, the managers, the site managers seem to have had some insight into some things. And then what I've heard from the engineers is everyone has heard about the thermite. The melting steel pouring out of the girders, visible in the videos. Unfortunately, when some of the poor souls may have been
There's been some videos describing how that could happen naturally, haven't they, with the materials on the girders?
Yeah, I've heard those, but yet the question I have is, why is there this large band of engineers that has grouped together to question the whole thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was, how big is the band of engineers that questions it?
500 or so.
Really? Well, now I'll have to go back and look at it, research it a little bit more.
There's probably, 500,000 that go against them.
The standing joke is, that, when you've got the government working like it does, they can't keep a secret, because of leaks on anything. And the idea that you could rig an entire, the trade towers to come down without anybody, letting out the secret, that's
George,
just
it's the rather than it being a conspiracy theory, it's like the incompetence theory, isn't it? It's like if they could be that stupid and that like rubbish at doing stuff, then
I mean it's
and it's also
conspiracy. It's not a conspiracy. It's just people being shit. Doing what they're meant to be doing.
Yeah, Martin, I hear you. I think in a sense it's that people don't want to be told something that is fucking wispy. Like, all right, well, if there's holes in the story, explain to us why these things are happening, where we can see that it might be questionable, but yet they're not going to address it at all. Like, to even question is
in the
is
past,
evil. You can't even ask a fucking question about this, and
my
you will be
past
fucking
memories are that I've looked at the explanations and they're satisfactory.
right.
You know, it's not because I want them to be satisfactory, but because to the best degree that I can be objective, they're satisfactory. You know, the idea that this is false flag stuff, especially with the Twin Towers, is just beyond the scope of. You know, I think that the people that work up theories like that are basically a combination of rural people and maybe even some suburban people who have always lived away from, you know, metro areas and don't understand the scope and the scale of high-rise construction.
Sure.
And
And
they think of the Twin Towers as the size of their television set. I saw on my television set something that was 25 inches high go down. And by God, there's no way that it went down the way they say. And you know that it's just
they're
I mean, I'm going to
1,001.
look back at this engineers story that you just put out to me. That there's 500 engineers that believe that, but you know, I'll review it. I'll withhold judgment.
Well, it's the same with flat earthers, isn't it? They only believe it's flat Earth because they can't see the scale of the Earth. They're thinking that they should be able to see the curve.
I think they play that flat Earth shit just to be trolls.
Right. I think it's a giant troll
Some do,
movement,
but I think
bro.
some do, but I think some also like see the trolls being convincing, and then they're like believing the shit that the trolls are saying.
Gullible, yeah.
All right. Let me just wrap up the 9/11 talk with that. I know many people died in 9/11, and what we are talking about is only about the government's explanation, and that everyone who did die, it's a horrible thing. And
I agree.
you know, I don't want to say that we're detracting from any of that because that's not our purpose. Now, the flat earthers, on the other hand, fuck those motherfuckers. They're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Dude.
Bigfoot guys. Those Bigfoot guys. I'm telling you.
I would take Bigfoot over flat Earth any day, bro. And abominable snowman,
and
Yeti,
religious
whatever.
people and all, they're all nut jobs and all.
Yeah.
Can we say that?
You know,
all religions and nut jobs.
Players go haywire. They go mentally ill, and they decide to put in big suits and go, you know, sneaking around in the woods, scaring people. You know, that's Bigfoot.
Right.
Big 6'6", you know, ex-lineman, you know, dress up in suits.
I reckon that's what Steve does at the weekend.
Yeah, on occasion. The only place there's going to be anything like that existing is possibly the Himalayas, if I was to guess. And it's nowhere over here in the fucking shit town of Massachusetts or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe remote northern Canada or Siberia, but
I kind of like the theories. Have you heard of Lloyd Pye?
No.
Yeah, a guy called Lloyd Pye. Well, he's got some interesting theories about Bigfoot and Sasquatch and all that sort of stuff. And it's interesting, but like, you know, I'm not saying I buy it. I'm just saying I'm interested in it. You know.
Do you know what Sasquatch is?
Yeah,
it's Americans basically saw us saying we've got Loch Ness Monster in Britain. And they were like, we need a mythical beast.
No, it's Native Americans, bro. They get that one. They get the Sasquatch.
Yeah. I'm not, like I say, I'm not saying I buy it. I'm just saying it's
fun to listen to the pitch, you know.
Did any of you guys see the bear that walks around on its hind legs? You're like fully upright all the time.
Yeah, they show up on YouTube every now and then.
In the wilderness?
Yeah. But apparently what happened is they've actually found the bear, and all that's wrong with it is it was born with bad front legs. And it's learned to live its entire life on its hind legs stood upright like a human. So it roams around everywhere on its back legs.
In the dusk or in the dark, if you ran across something like that. That's
That's Sasquatch, isn't it?
Yeah, Sasquatch.
Is its name Cup of Tea?
Yeah, he's been trolling us all night. Give it to him good.
Oh, he's the man. I got to give it up. Look at that. It's almost all him on the sidebar.
Yeah.
Mr. Kill C1 went be right back. He's probably gone taking a shit. All right, Mr. Kill C1. We'll see you when you get back.
All right.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
And we have Mr. Cup of Tea.
Subterranean levels full of goblins.
All right. Well, 909, boys.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Have we come to an actual natural end tonight?
Seemingly. I don't actually have to go anywhere. My wife said the kid wanted her to read books tonight, so I'm
I'm going to bounce at some point soon because I've got my injection at 6 tomorrow. I want to get some sleep.
Oh, yeah.
AM or PM?
Yeah, shit. 6 a.m.?
6 a.m.?
Oh, 6 p.m.
PM.
But I want to get showered, changed and whatnot, and I'm probably not going to wake up till about 11-ish.
Oh,
so.
yeah. Get a good night's sleep.
Wow.
I've had a few good nights sleep lately. What?
Sorry, man.
Oh no, I said I've had a few good nights sleep lately. I'm down now to 245. You know, my house I was peaking out between 265, 270, and now I'm hanging at 245, and I want to get down under 200. And the way I'm eating and the way I'm doing, my life now, I might be able to do it. I'm very motivated, man. Very motivated, and my morale is high. Everything's high.
Good man.
High on life. I'm doing good.
I like it.
Old guy. I'm a really old guy.
I like it. Are you on Twitter, Biscuit, yet?
I am, yes.
Have you followed me?
I might have actually. Hold on.
Steve, what chapter are you on with Lord of the Rings with the kids?
Interesting. We just finished the part when the Balrog of Morgoth.
Oh, that's a good.
He just grabbed Gandalf's leg around the knees and pulled him down onto Moria.
Fly, you fools!
No, you knew it already. That's the line. Fly, you fools.
It's Smokesteve. Yeah, that's you, Steve-O. Smokesteve Smoke.
That's me, man. Cool.
I am now.
And
just followed.
Those movies came out, the Lord of the Rings trilogy. That was just brilliant stuff.
At this point, they're going to be devastated if Gandalf's just died, basically.
The what?
They're going to be devastated that Gandalf's just died, surely.
Yeah, but we're already moving on. Like we've made it maybe 5-6 pages past, and
okay, she's doing okay.
Yeah, because Legolas and of course Strider are telling them we've got to move on. Let's go. We're gonna die if we wait here for the orcs. So let's go, and that's that. But we all know Gandalf the White is coming. Yeah. When I first read this book, I didn't know that.
They don't know. You know.
Right. I know.
I won't hard sell it, but would you guys want to see the shotgun? I won't hard sell it, Yeah?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued on what kind of shotgun it is, so yeah.
I'll have to clear it first.
Yeah, triple check the clear. Stick your finger in that motherfucker.
Right.
Make sure there's nothing in there.
Okay.
Take the firing thing out as well.
Please, the last thing we need is an accident online, live on air.
Well, generally a shotgun's rather safe, isn't it? The worst it's going to do is damage his walls.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be really insane to get your hand or something in front of a shotgun barrel because that thing's way out there, and even if it's a Mossberg 500.
Oh yeah. Look at that bad boy. Check that bad boy out.
That looks
Might help. Get that on.
It looks like the old Elliot Ness model.
I think it was sawed off, and then a flash suppressor was put on it. You can see.
Oh, okay.
That's basically a flash suppressor on the end of the muzzle.
So, see, that cap screws off, doesn't it, George, on the bottom barrel? Not that one. The bottom barrel where the slugs go.
I think
that'd screw off, and you'd put your extender on there, wouldn't you? Your magazine
like
extender
to me. I don't know. But there's the plug.
I'm he's not checking it safely enough.
I did. I already checked it I checked it. I checked it in the bedroom. So anyway, you put it up like that. Okay, nothing in the barrel, nothing in the plug, nothing anywhere. Now this is the part that I forgot last week. Is see that small button here?
Yeah.
That slides the bolt, home, and then it'll click. Click. Did you hear the click?
Yeah,
we did.
Oh yeah. Okay. But anyway, it's technically, I believe it actually violates statute because it's too short. And I was talking with a police officer who was about 10 to 15 years younger than me in Gainesville, and he said if I put let's see, where is it? Hell, I don't even see it. Oh, there it is on the side. Right, where is right here? There's a tiny little screw. He said, like, just put some solder on that screw so that it's not removable, and it meets the limit. We actually measured it, so the barrel is too short. See how shorty that is from there to there. I think it was sawed off. It actually that's the end of the barrel. So a shotgun's supposed to have a minimum length, and this one doesn't. So
man, at short range, that thing would be devastating, George.
That's that's true home defense. So again, you clear it. Nothing in the plug.
When you saw it off, does that mean it sprays out?
No, it doesn't spray it. Well, no, not really. It doesn't. It will. The shot pattern will. The shot pattern will widen a little bit more quickly, but I mean, at short range, not real quickly. It wouldn't be any good for hunting, I don't think.
So what's the point of sawing it off? What's the point?
Concealment,
defense.
Yeah, concealment and quick ability to maneuver it quickly and
is that why adding the flash suppressor on the end?
I don't know. I got it this way.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. Got it given to him, and he didn't want it. He's very passive.
George, is that a 20 gauge or a 12?
It's a 16.
16
gauge. Yep.
Can you get buckshot for that thing?
Yeah, you can get any of them. I've got squirrel shot. I couldn't find buckshot. When I went shopping for shells. I know it's quite a sound, but
squirrel shot.
Got number 6 shot instead of buckshot. There's 4 shot. Number 4 is for bird shot. Number 6 is pretty much squirrel, and
it's very rifle like though. It's very rifle like other than the shells, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I will point it. You've seen that it's not, so I will point it towards the camera. I'm not making any threatening gestures. It's very wide diameter, relative to a rifle.
That flash suppressor looks like something that they made in a prison yard.
I know. It's a dicey weapon, like the relative that gave me to this, the friends that gave it to him were pot dealers, so they were probably guarding their field,
right?
And I mean, that was many years ago. That was the 1980s. It was the mid 1980s that was given to me, and click it. Don't want it cocked. And
wear out the spring.
Yeah, it was given to me. Hell, that's 35 years ago. It's hard for me to count backwards. 2010, 2009, 35 years ago, approximately. Cool. And it's been, now that's a good story. The one time I shot it, I was briefly, when I separated from my second wife, I owned the pool service business, and I had rented a warehouse in the most dilapidated, poorest district in the town of Gainesville. It was out on the southeast side of town, and I was living there, and late one, and I was sort of freaked by the whole process, but I just didn't want to spend any money on an apartment. So I was living at the warehouse. It did have an office, so it wasn't like I was out there in the warehouse in a cot or something, but, I had a little sofa that was a pull-out bed, and I lived there, friggin' God, half a year about. And one night, it was extremely stormy, and I have a huge sliding door that has this rolling sound when you open it, like a warehouse sliding door. And what I didn't realize was happening was that during the storm, there was this huge, brush scrub oak that had, look at that a K-bar? Is that? That's a big,
It is a K-bar.
oh man, it's a K-bar.
Is that a Rambo knife, is it?
No, that's a Marine Corps issue K-bar.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing you're not a stabby McStabber, I tell you.
No.
I'm not a shooty McShooter either, I tell you.
Why is it called a K-bar?
It's a brand name,
Yeah, this is the actual U.S. Marine Corps fighting combat knife.
Yeah.
Here's my knife. I
It's
cut you
long.
like a fish.
It's long. I mean, I have pretty wide hands.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
So, I mean, this thing will go pretty much.
Do your nails with that one.
I do my nails with this.
But anyway, this scrub oak it had a tin roof. The warehouse had a tin roof, and the wind was gusting so powerfully that it was consistently rubbing, the wind the higher gust would make the scrub oak branches, push against the tin roof, and it was, and I got it in my head that somebody had rolled in the warehouse portion of where I was staying in this, ghetto neighborhood. I convinced myself that somebody had rolled the warehouse door back. I just totally 100% convinced myself. And so I got this shotgun and I put it in a range carry position, and I was walking in the dark. I was sort of real quietly going in pitch black dark. I was out of the light. The office was behind me and I was around one corner, and I was trying to get the safety off. And I had my finger sort of this trigger finger was like sort of right at the trigger guard. I thought I was outside of the trigger area, and I'll be damned if I didn't actually, as I got the safety off at the same time.
You blasted?
I blasted, man. I busted a hole in the wood floor.
Oh.
And then the shot, there was a bathroom in front of where I was carrying it, the range carry, and it just peppered. It was like it was either number 4 shot or number 6 shot. It just peppered this door with about 20 pellets.
Damn.
And fuck, I was just going, fuck, I can't believe I did that, but I did that too. That happened.
Yeah. Was that a misfire or how would you characterize that?
It was, yeah.
It was an accidental firing.
A misfire is when it doesn't fire.
Right. So you actually fired it.
It sounds to me like you fucking unloaded, George.
Unloaded. I killed that door. I killed the floor and I killed the door. And of course, nobody was coming in the warehouse door. So
what was what was the process that made it fire real quick, if we can analyze that?
The safety's right here.
Right.
Here's the safety's right next to the trigger.
Yep.
I was messing with the safety, and I thought that my finger was somewhere off the trigger, like on the side of the trigger guard, and I had actually gotten the finger into here. Can you hear that clicking?
Oh yeah,
That's the safety clicking on and off, and I was trying to click the safety, and at the same time, the finger was right here. The trigger finger was right on.
That's a really bad design on the guns.
Well, no, it was bad design up in his brain. It's
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the safety shouldn't be anywhere near the trigger guard, really, should
probably
it?
should be a little bit further. But I mean, in a standard scenario, no sane adult would do that. I wasn't off my rocker. I mean, I was at that point. I was 77, 16 years sober. No, 14 years. So I've been sober for 14 years. And I mean, I should have had better sense than to have happen what happened. I mean, I was also, trained in the military on how to handle a long gun, so none of that.
I mean, this is not a real one, but it does have the safety in the right place.
That's a brutal looking weapon.
That's the safety there. About 2 inches away from the trigger.
Yeah. How far is the squirt that it squirts?
40 yards.
Yeah. I got another warehouse story. I'll finish up my warehouse stories. I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken and got the honey chicken. I don't know what
honey barbecue.
Honey barbecue chicken. So there was, I didn't at that time. I didn't have. It had shorted out. So I'm living in this warehouse without power in the warehouse. I ate the honey barbecue chicken around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. Thought I'd clean myself up, went to bed, and then I hung out in the next morning. So I'm hanging out and, waiting. It gets light enough. So I go into the bathroom. And I mean, I had honey barbecue all over. 14 years sober, honey barbecue on my face for fucking 12 hours, over 12 hours. And I'm going, this is just fucking pathetic, But I ended up moving. I bought my first full-size house. I bought my house. Bought my first full-size house, within a month or two of that. Occurrence, and things got better for a while. So, yeah, for a while.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Florida,
yeah. Florida.
You're a Florida guy.
Gainesville.
Oh, Gainesville. I think that's where the Allman Brothers band is from.
Might be the Allman Brothers also, but it's definitely the. We talked about him last week. The guy that had the high, sort of thin voice, I said whiny, and then I said, no, I don't want to criticize him. There's no reason to do that. Tom Petty,
yeah. Right?
Yeah, they definitely were from there. Hell, what's his favorite? River Phoenix was from there. Of course, his brother just did that incredible role in Joker. The movie.
Yeah.
That's a great film.
Joaquin.
Joaquin.
That is a great film. That is in it, Joker.
That character. That
never
character
saw it.
Trail was just.
Have you not seen it, Steve?
Uh-oh, Jesus. Fire alarms.
Mute him, Smokesteve.
It was after.
Okay, he's back.
Martin, it was after my time, dude. That movie.
What, Joker? It was last year, man.
Yeah, man. No, yeah. I'm old now, man. I missed that. I don't, what's a movie? I don't watch those anymore.
Yeah,
film, that is, man. That is a good film.
Plenty of people missed it, but yeah, I saw it.
All right, I'll check it out.
Because I'm doing some other things now, I'm letting my HBO portion of my I subscribed to that as an add-on to Amazon Prime, and it was fun. I watched it about 3-4 times.
Can anyone else hear Cypher?
What?
Just went really quiet.
Yeah, you went real quiet, Cypher.
How about now?
Better.
That's better.
I don't know what. I probably just.
It like the volume just went down, and then.
Yeah, it did.
What are you talking about? I'm teasing you.
Interesting.
What do you mean?
All right. Will, how old are you, Will Colston? Are you over 18? Thumbs up, yes or no?
The same Will.
No,
So-
it can't be. You'd recognize him.
36.
Oh yeah, it is the same Will.
Hey, man,
You said the same thing last week.
Yeah.
win! Big win!
Uh-oh.
Gotta mute YouTube.
We got a bit of feedback, Will,
Yeah, same thing
on
last week.
YouTube.
Yeah, we went through this last week, Will. Turn the YouTube off, man.
We got a bit of feedback, Will.
Yeah, here we go again with the circle. Will,
He
fix your
solved it real
sound.
quickly last time. He'll solve it.
Is that better?
Here
Yes,
he
yes.
is.
Perfect.
George, I like to call him, rather than Will, I like to call him Professor Plum.
Professor Will, what's up?
Professor Plum. Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
It's good.
Going good?
They don't know Cluedo, do they? They don't know what I'm on about.
I know
Well,
Clue.
I believe they call it Clue.
Yeah, Colonel Mustard.
Yeah, he's Professor Plum. Look at him.
Yeah, I see it.
Basically, what 1 week I wore a purple shirt. I've got a red face and a purple background. So Martin called me Professor Plum.
No mercy, I tell you, these guys.
I once wore a red plaid shirt and I went to a party and there was a photograph taken and there was a red plaid tablecloth and the photograph looked like I was part of the table.
That's right. So that's what they did with the rest of the tablecloth. I'll tell you.
I had fun of me taken out of me for that for
Yeah.
like 2 years.
I own a good flannel shirt anymore. Hell, it's just living where I live. You just don't need them.
Wait,
It wasn't a flannel shirt, it was just an ordinary cotton shirt, but just in like red plaid.
While we're on this subject, I went to the pub when pubs were open over a year ago with this shirt on, and there was 4 other people wearing the same shirt.
Oh,
And if I can do a share screen, I can show you the photo because
Yeah, you can share your screen, I think. Go on. See the share button at bottom of your where you got mute, stop cam, mic, and then share.
Can you see that?
Not yet.
what'd you say was the sequence biscuit?
There's mute, stop cam, mic, and share on the bottom. I think you press share and then you share screen
Oh, wow.
or share video file. That might give it to Smokesteve to.
Can you see that?
No.
No. Oh, I don't know what's going on.
I tried to do it once and couldn't do it. You know, and I know that Biscuit was able to. I did the. No,
I did it through Logitech software, not through this.
Right. Oh well.
Oh well.
Where you been anyway, Will?
Arm done.
How you doing, Martin?
I'm grand, man. Where you been?
It's just one of my friend's birthdays, so he's been having a bit of a video chat type thing.
How old is he?
42.
Ah. Nearly as old as me.
I think you're a bit older, aren't you?
Yeah. That's what I said. Nearly as old as me. Yeah.
The quiet has